So welcome back to Questions, Answers, and Solutions. I am your host, Jameer Hayward, and I have the three wonderful sisters in the house. Beautiful sisters, by the way.
Thank you.
So we have Ebony, we have Shavon, and we have Lakia. Am I saying that right?
Yes, you are.
Okay. And Shantae, we want to give a shout out to Shantae. She
Shantae.
has some other obligations, right? Working on that master's degree. We had a little conversation about that. 4 weeks left to go, right?
Yes,
for that master's degree. That's what I'm talking about.
4 more weeks.
All right, so I want to give a shout out to my number one supporter, Todd Taylor, who's always in the building. I also want to give a shout out to the engineer, David, aka Slims, who's in the house. If you're tuning in, you can tune in to buildingsafercommunities.com/radio, or you can call in to 929-227-4646. So, without further ado, we had the sisters. Their parents were on in the past. We're talking about Al and Elisa Alexander.
Yes.
Okay, and we're continuing the legacy. Well, you guys are continuing the legacy, and we're all about Black business and, you know, and continuing that legacy and what that means. So I want you guys to introduce yourselves so we can get deep in this conversation. I'm excited.
Well, I'm Ebony.
All right.
I'm one of the twins. I work for Transit as well as I work in a salon in the Bronx location with my mother. I've been doing hair for about 7 years, part-time, as well as working for Transit for about 4 years. And it's a passion of mine, as well as other things. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So that's what I like to do.
All right. Shavon?
I currently work at Street Bird. It's a cute little restaurant. Shout out to Street Bird. So I'm a bartender and waitress there. I do background work. Oh, closer. I do background work for film and TV. Some couple of side hustles. I crochet bikinis. I do some paintings.
You do a little bit of
Crochet
little bit
bikini. I need
everything.
one of those. maybe I'll go with the two, not the two piece, the one piece,
the
but
one piece, I
you
got
know,
those.
in red. I need one in red.
I just got that.
Okay. All right. Well, you gotta hook me up.
So yeah, I do a couple of things just keep me busy. That's also the entrepreneurship in me. You know, I just like to stay busy and keep some money in my pocket.
That's right. Best way to go.
Okay.
Lakia.
And I'm Lakia Alexander, the oldest twin. Thank you.
By how many minutes, hours, seconds?
Please mention your minutes.
I'm a New York State court officer, and I do hair as well. I think I've been doing hair all my life, and
All my life.
as well as amongst other things, I am a mother, and I don't know. That's just it. Shout out to
Okay.
the all do a little bit of
nieces and
everything.
nephews.
All right. So what?
Shout out to my daughter, Malia.
Yes. Shout out Malia. What's your baby's name?
My son's name is Legacy.
Legacy.
Yes.
Oh, and we
Message.
talking all about legacy
Yes,
today.
yes.
That's what I'm
My
talking
nephew,
about.
Giandre, and our nieces, Danielle,
And congratulations.
Jade, and Brianna.
Okay. Well, let me give a shout out to my baby Ashley. She's in the house tonight with us.
Ash.
Yeah. Right. All right. So tell me how you guys felt being in the shop as youngsters, right?
It was.
I guess it was exciting.
And we're talking about Showtime.
We're
Yes.
talking about
Showtime. The
Yes.
original Showtime. Actually, our parents' first salon was Stay Fly
In Harlem, right?
in Harlem.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And we were actually born in the shop. My mother had her baby shower
Not
for us
At the shop.
at the shop.
Oh.
And it was nice. For me, I felt like I wasn't outside in the neighborhood actually running the streets and nothing
was a
like
safe
that.
haven.
It was definitely a safe haven. And it was somewhere where we got so many different opinions from so many different walks of life, including the age groups of women that come inside the salon, from the elderly to even the younger girls that are around our age. And to this day, we still get different people's experiences, and we learn through them to try not to do certain things, and also like I'm gonna try that.
gonna try a little bit.
A little something, because that sounds
do what not to
interesting.
do.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it was pretty good.
Okay.
Well,
Lakia?
for me, it seems like, you know, I grew up really fast because people are like, oh, I remember Shay, you was just a little baby in a stroller. Then you just grew up.
Wait, that's usually what happens with the younger one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Because, you know, most of the time with my experience, I grew up more in the Bronx shop. and they had the basement. So I would go down there with my best friend Tikwa, and we'll be down there watching TV, playing games, doing teenage things. And then we'll just come up when it's nighttime, and nobody really notice us. It was just we just grew up from the basement,
That's right.
And she slept a lot. It was just like
it's like I slept through the teenage years, and then here I am. I'm in college, and I'm going, and
But like Lakia said,
overnight.
that was like a safe haven. So
Yes,
many of
it
our
was.
youth
It was.
are growing up, with them eliminating all these community programs and stuff like that.
Right.
For our youth, they don't really have a place to go. So
because
like
even
Lakia said,
with
it's a safe
the
haven.
neighborhood kids we used to come around.
Yeah, they used to come with us.
From
Speak
the
for me,
block.
babe.
Hmm? Okay. But even the neighborhood kids. This mic doesn't like me.
You gotta speak into it, Lakia.
Will come around the corner. Will come around the corner and hang out with us. So it was a safe haven for them as well.
Yeah, we
Thank
grew up
you.
with a lot of people from the neighborhood. We went to school with them from the neighborhood. But when it came time for us to actually come home, they went to their block and we went to the shop.
Yes.
We brought our homework to the shop. We didn't get to watch whatever was on the TV until we finished our homework
And no
in the
complaints,
shop.
and no complaints about that, right? Because
we got
social
disciplined
media-
in the shop.
That's right.
I mean, it is unethical in some terms, in some places, especially in today's age, where it's an endanger of products, and some clients feel like they've came there for a relaxation, but at the same time,
you got to do what you
you
got
gotta
to
do what you gotta do.
because you have to make your money and make a living, because not everybody has the luxury of getting a babysitter and say, oh, can you just watch my kid while I do my basically 10-hour shift at work and come home at night. So
no
it's like
one's
you gotta
gonna work
bring-
around
yeah.
a beauty stylist hours that we have unless you family. We have the support system, but you don't want to lean so hard on your support system to the fact that you can't lean on them when
Well,
it's an
almost like
emergency.
burning your bridges a
Yeah,
little bit.
you're burning it. Like when it's a narrative, like I really can't have the kids in here tonight. You watch them. My father had a full-time job as well, and he had to be up at the crack of dawn. So us running around and doing all that other craziness wasn't gonna work.
But it was almost like the family hustle, and you guys were raised together.
Absolutely.
And not to say, I mean, I understand where you're coming from when you say unethical, but to me, that was the safest place for you to be.
Oh, yeah.
Because
It
there was
was.
two
Yeah.
options: either you be out in the street, or you
Oh,
be here
yeah.
where it is safe. And then your friends and things like that, they joined you in the shop, and they were also learning those morals and values and some of those strong principles that you
Yes,
guys
they
were
were.
raised on, right?
And
I'm
that's
sure
what they had.
I'm sure you guys
Those
well,
parents, they were everybody's
maybe
parents.
you were
Yes.
Siobhan, touching on everything inside the shop.
It wasn't like right. It was right at the edge of right now where you're like, oh, these kids don't know about back in the day, and you walk down a block, we tell your mom before you even got to the house. So that was the point where they understood, and they're like, okay, it's all good. It's the kids, because I'm bring my kids. We all gonna play together.
Yep.
And to this day, I know so many people that I'm still friends with off of the basis of them hanging out with us in the shop, and they having a place to go because their parents may have been able to have to go to work, and they stayed with us because they knew they can come back to the shop. They were well taken care of, and they're like, okay, she's over there, we'll come and get them when we get off. Not a problem. So
I admire that.
this was like
because
sometimes a daycare, but at the same time, you was helping out a community of young women, single mothers, single fathers that needed something, some help. And you were able to provide that, whether it was a job, handing out flyers, whatever you wanted to do. It was some way in some form.
it was unity is what it was,
Yes.
right? And then the other thing is, I admire that. You had a hope. We as African Americans, as blacks, we need to stick together. And to sit here and listen to you guys talk about how you guys were raised in a shop, some people say, that's whack. No, that's actually a cool thing. When I used to perm my hair, I used to go to the Dominicans right there on I want to say it was 137th and 7th Avenue. I used to go there all the time, and they'll bring their kids there too, and they'll have like a little playpen and things like that. So why can't we do it?
Right.
Yep.
And then look at the result. We have city state workers in the house, right? We have one
Yes.
working on her master's degree and working for the city. We have a exploratory over here, right? Where you work at again? Because I'm gonna stop by. You said 116, so that's in Harlem.
That's Street Bird.
Okay, what is
Yeah.
Street Bird?
It's it's a celebrity chef restaurant owned by Marcus Samuelson. So if you ever see him on like Chopped or
I watched
what's the other
Chopped.
one? He's the Ethiopian Swedish one.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have like kind of like Southern Asian Mediterranean kind of cuisine. It's a fusion. It's a lot of fusion, but it's some good stuff.
Okay.
And come out on the weekends. You know, bartend Saturday and Sunday, Sunday brunch.
I'm gonna check it
Come
out.
See me.
I'm gonna check it out. So what's in the future for you guys, in regard to the shop?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
The future, your future endeavors.
Trying to
with the
take it
shop.
to the next level.
Very much so. Taking the salon into the 21st century and making sure that everything is up to par, that catching up with everyone else as well.
Yeah, keep us updated.
'Cause
Yeah.
everything now,
Never-
especially now, because people don't like, you know how back in the day everybody went to like, you know, a hair school to get their license. Now it's like the Academy of YouTube, and you can just learn
That's
anything.
it.
That's
Like,
funny
you know,
because your parents.
everything is on
convenience.
YouTube.
Wait, your parents were talking about that.
It's harder
They were
now
talking
because
about that.
people that work to get their
So hard.
Wait a minute.
licenses
Are they
and
also
stuff.
giving us certifications on YouTube?
They have to. They have to be aware. I've had
Some-
people
there has to
come
be
in
a
my
way.
chair and they're
Seriously.
like, they're still on their phone looking at the YouTube, and I'm like, sweetheart,
it that
Right.
way.
no.
And it becomes disrespectful to your craft because you have worked so hard
That's
to
right.
get to where you are, and you get the certification to do the hair, and then you got somebody judging you based off of somebody that doesn't have that on YouTube. And we like, I know how to do what I'm doing, and you become, offended.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to knock people that's, self-taught,
They're
but
doing
it's
what
at the
they do,
same
but-
time, it's like you worked hard to get what you got. You spent your money. You went to Empire, wherever you went, paid your lump sum of money.
And that's
it was a
when
lot.
it comes
Nice
to the
lump sum.
time where now you have to step your game up. You have to step your marketing game up and your advertising game. Everything
Yeah.
has to be up to par because you have to show these people and show and prove that you are up to a standard that they can be willing to trust instead of YouTube. If they see views and likes of in 1.4 million or whatever the case may be, because people keep viewing it and they're liking it, like this is something. That's not what you're gonna get from a local
It's almost
small
like
business. I'm not
overnight
gonna
success.
have a like outside of it. I have to show you. So you have social media, you have all these things and that you have to implement into your salon so that you can be able to show and prove to these people that no longer will need a phone in your hand. You don't have to put on a camera selfie view so you can watch me while I'm doing your hair. I will build that trust in you.
Wait, so you're not supposed to take pictures of because
No,
I do that too. When they're braiding my hair, I was taking pictures to see. I want to see
I'm
if
telling
the
you right now,
braid
it's so
was right.
funny. I will turn my client's chair all the way around, opposite of my mirror, and some of them know what I be doing. They be like, "I know what you're doing."
They be fighting it to
You're fighting me.
Put
You're
the foot
fighting.
down
Don't fight
between
me.
in between the turn, right?
Just relax. I got you. We've had our nice consultation and everything. I understand what
Wait
you
a minute,
want.
wait a minute. So that's really professional. Did you say consultation?
Yeah.
Consultation.
Okay, talk
Because
to me a
people
little bit
always,
about that. I like that. I want to be talked
Then
to
another
before you do
thing,
my hair.
people always contact our Showtime Facebook, and they'll ask for prices and stuff like that. And, they'll send a picture. Oh, can you do my hair like this? How much is gonna be? We don't know what your hair looks like, so you have
like
to come for a consultation, see such and such person, so they can give you an accurate price.
That's right.
You know,
And also their different textures and things like
Right,
that. And
absolutely.
So
some
many
things
Don't
that
work
people
out the way
want.
that you
Their
want.
hair.
That's right. I was just
can't
about to
get
say
it.
that.
You
Right.
have to
Way
know
other
a
person
person's
does.
hair history.
Mm.
If you come in
that.
like today, this young lady came in and she says, "Hi," she has a hair wrap on. So I'm natural and I want some color. Oh, okay.
Well, hopefully it's not a light color because that dries your hair out, right?
Yes. So the basic thing I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say.
I know that.
She's not ready to.
I
Yeah.
was listening to your parents.
She's not ready to sit down right at that minute, but she still has to know, I'm not gonna about to put this color in here. Take your money and send you on your way. That's not what I'm about. That's gonna backfire in the end to me in some way. Your hair's gonna become damaging. You're gonna either say, "Hey, you damaged my hair," or whatever the case may be. And I never had the opportunity to tell you the healthy part of
Right.
what you needed to do in order for you not to get to that point. Whether I can say no, it's up to you. This is your hair. I'm giving you a service. If you want me to put that bleach in here, not a problem. But this is what is gonna happen if you do it.
Right.
Now she explained that she had a big chop. great.
So the big chop is something
The big
like cutting
chop
all
is
your
when
hair,
you're going
cutting all the
natural.
perm out.
This is
Yes.
the big
So
chop.
that looks good.
Yes.
That looks good. That big chop looks good.
She wants to do the big. She did the big chop. She grew it back, and now she wants some color. You want to feel vibrant. That's all well and great, but these products, these chemicals, are even stronger, and they break down the natural state of your hair,
Right.
where you're gonna go back to doing another big chop.
I was just about
And
to
it
ask
defeats
about
the
that.
purpose of all the time that you spent getting all of the products, the natural products, the
Out of
castor
your
To
oils,
tame your
to
hair and get
tame
it to
your
where you want
hair
it to be, right?
so that you can have a look that's only gonna last but so long. And after that fact, then you're like, okay, why don't I just do that? Whereas now you have weaving products, you have wigs, you have all these things that can give you that still that
Lace
natural
fronts, right?
lace
Yeah.
fronts, all that good stuff.
I did
Temporary.
because wait. Don't laugh
they
at me,
like
right?
to-
Because
they like to bring it
I
on down.
I saw a couple of flipagram and don't hit me now, 'cause I'm trying to I saw a little some YouTube videos with the lace fronts and stuff. But why is it all the way down here on the eyebrow?
Oh,
and
no.
then they
What the
so what do they
baby
do?
is?
Well, no. They bring the lace front
whole
all the way
lace is
down.
down.
Yeah, and then I guess they must be cutting it and
They
putting
cut
the
the lace
stuff.
off.
Oh, well, talk to me about that. I was trying to figure out what that's about.
No.
Right? Because I love you guys, and your parents spoke about this too, the integrity when doing someone's hair, the professionalism to say, you know what, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
We're going to have this consultation. Let's see what type of hair you are. Let's investigate. Let's see if this is going to work for you, and kind of give them that guided advice so that they don't make any mistakes.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
what?
And that's
what
kind
do
of
they do with
like
these lace
the
fronts?
difference between the educational
Right.
stylist,
Absolutely.
that did her training, and the one that just, I'm
Does it for the
self-taught and I
money and
learned.
I
Yeah,
got
because
it.
they're not gonna consult you and say, okay, this is not safe because you took this medication. You shouldn't be mixing it with these hair chemicals because that's gonna harm you. That's not gonna happen. Then something bad might happen.
Wait
to
a minute.
them.
So they teach you in school. So
No.
okay.
Yeah.
Wait. So there's a comparison. Well, not even a comparison. This is a great thing to have street smart and book smart. I would say if street knowledge is wonderful, right? Growing up in a shop, learning how to do certain things is wonderful, and then going to get your education to surround and to kind of solidify, that is also a bigger step. Because
Yeah.
I think your parents were talking about that too. But you said something about medication, which is very, very important. And people don't realize that the chemicals that you put in your hair, that
Affects
you
it,
ingest in your
right.
body,
And it
It-
mixed
it-
with the medication. It's
Right.
not always good for you either.
We
Yeah,
always
definitely.
make
and do they
sure-
teach you that in school?
Yes, they do. A part of you
I didn't
getting
know that.
your
I'm talking about.
yeah. A part of it is a lot. A lot of people come in and they don't realize we are taught in school that there is no possible way that you can 100% cover gray hair. And women, a lot of women,
A couple of them.
do not want to believe it. It's coated. It's like a 60-80% depending on the semi-permanent rinse or a dye or something like that. It lasts for up to 6 to 8 weeks. It's going to pop right back up. There is no ultimate way to actually cover gray hair.
They told me Sebastian was the best semi-permanent.
Yeah, you'll have different products,
Right.
brands that are like the
Sebastian.
best and stuff like that last a little bit longer and stuff. But it's a lot of technical things when it comes to hair. That's why they ask you to get your license. When you're in school, you're learning all the technical terms. You're actually going into trying to get your license. But when it comes to the latest trends and lace weaving and stuff like that, a lot of times as the times come along, new trends come along, and you have to further your education, go outside of your box and actually pay for that to actually get that. You're not going to actually get it there. These people go into these cosmetology schools and they're like, well, I want to learn how to do this. Well, that's not what I'm going to teach you. I'm teaching you book smart. So you can pass your tests, your multiple and your written and your exam and all that good stuff. Get your license. You get into a salon. You do your interning and everything, and you learn the step-by-step from that master stylist.
So you have hands-on.
hands-on
Right.
training
That's what I'm talking
on the
about.
senior floor. But the fact that you don't actually know a lot of things, and you go into the salon, you think you do know everything, and then you learn that you don't, it becomes a burden on yourself, and you become so, I don't know, it discriminates against a lot of things that you try to do, and then you backtrack and you end up saying, mess it. forget it. I'm gonna just do what I like to do. I'm gonna go back to my house. I ain't going into no salon. I don't need nobody telling me that I can't do this and I can't do that. I ain't got time to be waiting on nobody and being a washer.
It happens a lot.
And
well, you gotta start from somewhere.
They become
this,
and they think,
well,
oh,
they don't
I
want
did
to.
this flower.
I mean, giving
look
up-
at all these
they
likes
become
I got.
those
flowers is a
flowers.
start.
They
right?
don't want to start at the bottom. You have to pay your dues.
and work your way
You
up.
have to pay your dues. When I started,
How old were you when you started?
He's like, I don't know if we're allowed to say that, but
no, the thing is, we're all different.
Let me tell you, I have seen, and like I said, I used to go to the Dominicans and get my hair done. I have seen the little kids passing the rollers. Of course, they don't play with the chemicals. We know that that's dangerous. And 9 times out of 10, they're under lock and key, or there's an adult watching. So I'm sure that you guys had that type of supervision.
Right.
Yes.
But I'm talking about sweeping the floor. I'm talking about, we're sweeping the floor.
We paid our dues.
washing and braiding.
Right.
And,
Man,
Probably
listen.
going back and forth to the store.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was just telling
placing
somebody
orders.
about
People get hungry. Because I know when I
funny
used to
story about
when I
that
used to
too,
sit
though.
under the dryer, I used to be like, man, I'm hungry. I need something to
We
eat.
was store runners, we was
We was
sweepers, we was
everything.
moppers, we was all of the hair collectors,
The
roller
DJ.
givers, washing setters, braiders. We was everything.
That's what I'm talking
had a
about.
funny story
They
about
put them
the store,
braids
though.
in. They like, come on over here. Look here. Come on, Ebony,
Yes.
What did you
Shavon.
do? What
braid
did
the
you
end
do
of
at the
this.
store, Shavon?
Okay, so this is what happened, right? So this customer,
we gotta get back to the
this
age.
customer, she was under the dryer. She was getting a finger wave, and she was like, "Oh, baby, I'm really hungry. Can you go to the store for me?" Oh, this is when the White Castle was still there on 149. I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." She's like, "Oh, you can just get whatever you want. That's fine." So,
Wait a minute.
Not
How much
this
money
girl.
did you spend?
Oh my god.
so and I came back. She was like, "Oh, okay, thank you. Where's my change?" I was like,
Wait, how much
She
money
was
did she
like-
give you, Shavon?
She gave me like $10, but I ended up getting more stuff for myself than for her. So she was real tight. She was so
Okay,
mad. I told
okay.
somebody the story yesterday.
So she was
But
an older young lady.
She was much older. She was a little upset.
But a senior, was she a senior to the shop?
yeah,
like
she was a
off-
regular.
right,
She was regular.
okay.
So she trusted me to take her money, go to the store. She ain't know I was that greedy though. But
Yeah, like,
that
What'd
was
you
my
get?
funny
How many of
story.
those burgers did you
I
get?
got like 2
Probably some
Baby
chicken,
double
like
A's,
4
baby
burgers, a
fries.
biscuit, chicken. This
She
one, yeah, she puts away.
she
Wow.
definitely does.
So how old were you guys when you were putting in work?
I would say about maybe 7, because we were in the shop all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. So for us with our mom, it felt like, okay, if we actually help her out,
We can
Get it outta
leave
here.
fast.
we can leave
Yes.
faster.
That's a good strategy.
So it took us a long
that way,
time to
though.
get
Took
it
us
though.
right here.
No, and I
Seen
didn't
that
think
way.
about that. I
It
didn't
took
think-
us a long time to get it, and she
Yeah.
was just like, "I told you, if you do this, we can do
was
it."
real
We was,
resistant.
and then
She was
she
like,
tried
"Wait
to
a
make
minute."
sure that we had fun still, and not become like immediate shop kids where we didn't have a life and we didn't do anything. That wasn't it. Like, she definitely still made sure she was the fun mom and stuff, and we still have family trips with everybody. So when we would thread the needles, we would sweep the floor, pull down the gate, wash heads, braid hair, do all those things, it made her move faster. And to this time now, I still do it. I still can act as my mother's assistant, even if I'm not doing nobody, because at this point now, my mother is in an older age. My mother has been doing hair for over 30 years. Her body has taken a lot. Her back does hurt. Her hands do hurt. And her clients trust me enough to know that Eb got it, or, okay, not a problem. They know how hard she's worked, and they know that she's tired, but they know she's good. And she's a strong woman where she knows when she's had enough, and she'll say, I'm
She'll
good.
pass the torch and be like,
Yeah,
okay,
well,
you
that's what-
handle.
Let me tell you, that is
my
exactly what
It
it's
ain't
about.
right now, but
Passing
Passing
the
the
torch,
torch.
right?
And she did a great job.
She
Yes,
yeah,
surely did.
yeah, she
Thank
definitely
you,
did.
Mommy.
Thanks,
Yes,
Mom.
yes, Elisa.
But let's not leave our father out, because he definitely
Yes,
made
he laid the
sure
foundation.
He laid down the law.
he made sure that we definitely knew about the
The
value of a
business
dollar.
aspect.
The value of a dollar, and making sure that we had a good set mind about credit, about buying a home and entrepreneurship
right.
and not being taken advantage of, and customer service, and making sure we still had that respect level for those who were around. Either they were employees to them, but making sure we stayed in a form of a line where we didn't cross that line where we're like, okay, well, those are my parents. I'm your boss.
Absolutely.
It never came to that point. I have so much respect for all of the stylists that ever worked in my parents' salon over the years, because they're not the employees. They're my aunts. They're my uncles.
They're family.
They're family. So
I recall a young lady that I went to school with. I believe we went to either it was 195, which I believe was Roberto Clemente Junior High School, or we went to Norman Thomas High School together. Her name is Desiree. Does that ring a bell?
It does. She's really short.
Yes.
Yes.
She when I posted, when your parents were on, and I posted the information about the show, she hit me back and she was like, wow, I used to work there. I know them. They're pretty cool. You know, she has so much good things, positive things to say.
Desiree was such a great braider.
Yeah.
She was fast. She was good. I'm telling you, she can braid some hair, but she can definitely make some
you tell me,
cake.
I'm going to the Africans and Desiree.
Oh, Desiree can hook you up.
Desiree, you didn't tell me.
Desiree
If
can
you
hook you
listen,
up.
you didn't tell me. You can hook us
They
up.
didn't tell you, but she definitely did a thing, and she had her own clientele of people that came to her already, and that was a good thing too, when you have people that trust you and they'll follow you and wherever you go, and they definitely did, and it opened up a wide variety of other people to come into the salon that we can meet and walks of life. So that was a good thing as well.
Pretty much staying
and she
in
was
tune.
local. It wasn't like she was from far away. She definitely was from the Bronx. She's not too far. I ain't gonna give her address away, but you know I know where you live. But she's so nice. She's so nice.
Yeah, she definitely gave you guys a shout out. So Lakia, let's hear from you. What's going on?
Oh, I'm
How's
sorry.
this conversation going for you?
It's going great for me. I'm the shy one. I don't say too much.
That's why we said.
Wait,
the
we
fairy
were on.
godmother.
Yes,
And I'm Lakia.
wait a minute. I thought
5 minutes
Lakia was
older
the
than
most
Ebony.
outspoken. So I guess I
No.
done fed myself the raw spoon. It must be
She's-
Yeah,
Ebony.
that's
Alfonso.
That's Al
This is
right
Al
there.
here.
Lisa, yeah.
And I'm the happy medium.
Wait a minute. So when your parents were on, who called? Who called?
She did.
I
It
called.
was Ebony.
Yeah.
I thought it was you.
No, it wasn't me.
Oh,
I'm the
okay.
stalker. I stalk my parents. I'm the voice.
That's the closeness. I like that.
Yeah.
Close in the family. So how many of it is you? How many of?
It's nine of us all together.
It's nine of
So
us.
how many
6 girls, 3 boys.
You want to run the ages? No.
You gotta ask
we know the
that.
baby is in the
ask
house,
permission.
right?
Yeah.
The baby's here.
So, from the
And
bottom
then
up.
there's
So I'm
us. We're
23.
right after, which we're 28. And
You got
let's go again.
Let's start from the top, boo boo.
No, this
You
is
gotta
like
start from
school
the top.
because people always like, oh, tell us about your siblings. They're like, hold on, let me think about it. I gotta
There's
think
so
about it.
many.
Because we were talking briefly
Okay.
about it
Well,
a minute ago. before
We
the show
are a
started.
great Brady Bunch. Everyone actually is just such a good blended family. We all have our differences. We all get along. We all have a good love for each other. We all have our different relationships with each other, especially the girls, because we're girls. We stick together.
Okay, wait a minute. That sounds like the total opposite of what I've been told. I thought the girls don't stick together. They're very catty. They fight all the
But
time.
that's just
We're
what we
catty.
do.
That's what we do.
I mean,
And we
we
could
do.
do that to each other, but nobody else could do that to
No,
us.
no.
We're really
like
fun.
a-
We like to do little cute things. Like, well, Ebony's having a pajama party, and I already bought my onesie. It's like a pink bunny with the ears.
I'm the eventful
excited.
one.
You have a pajama party coming up?
Yes, I always throw parties and stuff. I have to have something because I like to create memories.
Okay.
I like to always make sure that we all
have an
do
old
something.
soul, huh?
I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I actually was closer to my grandmother. I always like to get up under her and stuff and hear her old stories and everything. But I don't know. I just love always having events. That's just what I do. My sister, she's an interior decorator, Shantae as well.
Okay.
That's her
She does
hobby,
event
and she
planning.
does a great job. She does a lot of things, but I can be a little extra. My mindset is like
She's far.
I'm
She's
far.
over there, yeah.
it's out there,
But
like,
it's fun.
Okay.
it's fun.
Sometimes
you guys
it
just
seems
join in?
overwhelming because she just goes a little
And
over
it's
the.
random. It
Let
doesn't
me
matter
tell you
how
how
much
much
time.
time because for her daughter's
Yeah.
first birthday, she called me. She's like, I have this idea. I want to have a music video for Malia. Which videographer friends do you know? 'Cause
And I found
I have
one.
this idea, right? She's walking, and the video is like panning out. I'm like, listen, I don't get time for this.
In my head, it sounded good.
It
but
sounded good.
because
It
she
was
wasn't
a-
walking yet. That's the only reason why it didn't go through, because the tapping of the feet would have made noise. But anyway,
So you analyzed that.
I analyzed
She
it. I
wasn't
had
gonna
it in
be
my head,
walking in.
and I actually found a videographer, and he was like, "Wow, like I never actually, but it sounds pretty good." He was actually interested in doing it, but he was like, "It may not work out if she's not walking and moving at the pace that I may need her to for the video." I said, "Okay." End of the day, she was being slung around on everybody's hip for her first birthday party in a nice little studio, and everybody had a good time. We had our food, and I did not get the glam Hollywood thing but
So wait.
I had to come back to reality.
Let me get this together. You throw out all the ideas, you become very fierce with it, and you situate everything to say, no, that's probably not going to work. Does that
Yeah,
sound?
and I'm the biggest supporter of everybody.
Undercover haters.
Because I'm looking at that
Never.
button. You hear me? Siobhan, I'm looking at that button, and that's kind of fierce, that button there
Oh
that you
man,
have
she's
on.
in
Panther.
black
Oh, yes.
activist in the making.
Oh,
button
yes.
right here.
Just
Get a zoom in on it.
Yeah,
Get a zoom in on
fierce. That's fierce.
Thank you.
So let me go to the questions because I know Todd just keeps flagging me down. So go on, Mr. Taylor.
Naima Insight wants to know what's the youngest.
You need a mic.
Should we turn this around?
Naima Insight. Hello, everybody. Naima Insight wants to know what's the youngest children age that you take at the shop.
We make sure that the children actually are able to actually sit still. The parents are able to control your child in the chair. They have enough hair, and it all depends on the style. Even if you felt that your child needed a little bit of, edge control, that didn't have a lot of alcohol products in it or something like that, it had little bobos and stuff. A lot of women do not know how to do their child's hair, and it's unfortunate, but at the same time, you can't have them out here looking like that. So we appreciate them actually even bringing them in to even get a service, and we're not gonna deny you, even if I
can't
can't.
force the child to do it, because
You
you'll
can't.
see a lot of like young kids. They'll have these like crochet braids with the big.
It's too
like,
much weight.
twist.
Too
and
much
it's like
weight.
they're kids. Give them some bobos.
It all
little press and
depends
curl.
on
Okay,
the
That should be
child.
kids.
So Naima, I hope we answered your question, right? So you take them as young as 7, as long as they're able to sit still.
Sit still.
And
Yeah,
okay,
I mean,
maybe
I've
for an
had
hour.
children at about maybe about
Younger than
5
that.
years, longer than that, 4 years old, and they had a whole bunch of hair. They could be any, race. You could be Spanish, whatever the case may be. You never know if they have long hair, if they need some type of trimming. Some people have cultural reasons where they actually would like their children's hair to be cut.
Yeah.
You never know, and you have to be able to give that service and have some sort of explanation of why you don't want to do some things or why you will do it. And I'm not going to let you walk out empty-handed. I'm going to give you some advice, maybe some things that you can do at home for yourself to help you out where you can do it. And then when that child becomes of age, you can come along back in. We can still give you some type of advice and still help you out in the same run. But it all depends on the kid.
All right, so
I'm
as
not
young-
going to take a
as young-
6-month-year-old.
As of course not.
No.
Well, wait a minute. I've seen some little babies under 1 year old getting haircuts. So
He had another question.
I seen that.
what's the other question?
Where's the Brooklyn shop?
Oh, where's the Brooklyn, shop address?
That's on 1349 Broadway.
1349 Broadway.
1349
Train
Broadway.
Gates.
That's
And-
the J
and that's
Train Gates
Showtime,
Avenue.
right?
That's
Yes.
also Showtime
Okay.
Second floor.
Okay.
in Brooklyn.
All
You
right.
see
And
my face on the poster.
really?
She's the face of
I don't like the
Showtime
picture,
for now.
but
Why
I'm
did-
there.
All right.
See me with my side swoop.
So let me go to, did we answer the question for Mr. Walker? Shout out to Minister Larry Walker. He wants to know what the topic is. Oh, you ain't paying attention. I done posted different things up there. How many times I done posted like,
Got
no, but Larry's
sidetracked.
busy. Right, so the show today is about legacy, and of course it's the continuation of Black business. We have the 3 daughters of Al and Alisa Alexander from Showtime here talking to us about how they grew up and everything, and it's all positive, right? It's all positive. So team legacy over here.
Team Legacy.
All right. So any other questions? I just want to give a shout out again to Naima Insight, William Carrington. We have Charles Edward Brown. We have Danielle. Looks like Pernell Holloway is in here. Karina, shout out to Karina. She was supposed to actually call in, but her daughter had, mommy duties. So her daughter had a game. So I hope she won the game today. All right. So let's get back to the ages and how it was just all being together, because we had this conversation a little before the show, and I was saying I'm an only child. I don't know what it's like to have all these siblings around me. I have 3 kids, and I don't know what be going on half the time.
It was fun. Okay, so the oldest, which is Alfonso Jr., he's 43.
Yeah, I believe so.
And we have the Swan.
Married.
Yes,
congratulations.
Yes, the Swan, who comes after that, I believe she's 41. Then we have George and Shantae, who's not twins, but one is from my father, one is from my mother, who they're both 38.
Okay.
We have Tony, who's 34.
No.
Sherelle is 34. And then Tony is 32. Then you have us, who's 28, and we got the baby here, who's 23.
So what does it look like for you guys with the community involvement and sticking together and things like that?
Well, what is it? About maybe 3 years ago, I wanted to actually do a networking event.
And you did.
And I did. Mm-hmm. And it was an initiative to reach out to other artists, not just hair stylists, makeup artists, just anyone looking to actually get any information on a small business, on how to actually keep that structure, actually learning how to fill out a 1045 as a self-employed, as well as information on other programs that you can go to help you start up your small business, how to fill out a loan application, and if you don't have that type of equity to actually get your small business. So we had a few people there, including my parents and stylists and my old boss, who is an editor-in-chief of a magazine, and he offered some advice. I had a lovely lady who was an attorney with Transit. Oh, nice. She is a motivational speaker as well, her and her daughter Tracy, who had just passed the bar, and she's got her law degree.
Yes, congratulations.
Tracy.
There we go, talking about that education again.
Yes. It's about who you surround yourself around that can actually help you and push you forward. There's nothing wrong with not having the type of education that people may feel like you have a standard of a master's degree and other. It's about your knowledge. If you want to fulfill anything in life in a small business, you have to be knowledgeable of what you have to do in order to succeed.
I agree. So it was also having a passion, right?
Yes.
We have a call on the line. Okay, let's bring the call in. Hi, caller. Who am I speaking with?
Speaking of Mr. Alexander.
I knew you.
So Dad is in the house.
Oh, Lord.
Dad is in the house. So what do you have to say, Al?
Well, I'm almost speechless, but I got to come up with something. This is so amazing. You're talking legacy, and I'm looking at 3 of my children handling their business. Look like it's on TV. My wife's phone is so big. I'm just so proud of them ladies.
Oh, thank you, Dad.
Yes. Teary-eyed over here. Yes,
the emotional one.
I'm honored. When you and your wife were on the show, we spoke about your daughters coming on. I know Ebony called in. I thought it was Zakia. But I'm learning your daughters.
Yes.
And I'm actually honored to have them here today.
I'm sorry, Ebony is actually Alfonso.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ebony.
Zakia is actually
twin.
Elisa.
Mm-hmm.
And Jay Vaughn is neither one of us.
See, this is what I said.
She's an independent.
But they all have their personalities, and they're gonna grow, and that's what's a blessing. I heard them speak about their friends, and and they're like, their friends kind of look up to them, and they look up to their friends. So it's all a positive life that they done lived,
Awesome.
And the subject matter for this evening is just to extend it, so they can leave a legacy for their children.
That's right.
And at this point that I see, I think we did a good job. We did the best we could.
You think? You think, Al? You being humble. You did a good job. right?
Well, I want to stay humble a little bit. Just a little bit so they don't get gassed up. but they're good kids, you know, and they should be productive in life. They just gotta, you know, put themselves out there. You know, you can't be afraid. You know, you gotta search for that vision and go for it. That's the bottom line.
I agree with that. So moving.
Where's Lakia? Is she still there?
Yes. She said, "Well, listen,
She's here.
she's here. She's talking, but
Hi, Kia.
Hi, Dad.
I'm gonna go around and
Ebony.
ask everybody what they're gonna do moving forward, their future endeavors. You know, because sometimes I know they were all in the shop, and you know, some are more acclimated than others, and we have a free spirit here, right, Shavon? So I want to know about, you know, other endeavors. Is there something else that you guys have in mind about, you know, bringing?
Well, we have something on the plate right now. I'm like in signing stage of the lease. So I think I told you guys we're gonna open up a bar and a restaurant. So that's gonna be in Brooklyn. All right, I figure it probably won't be till close to February, right? You know, with all the work that has to be done and, you know, obtaining the licenses. So that's going to be, you know, my last project, and hopefully, you know, it'll be left to them to continue on.
But that's in Brooklyn, huh? Not in the Bronx?
That'll be in Brooklyn.
Yeah, but they got trains. They go, you know, I'm thinking about a shuttle bus for you guys.
Look, let me tell you something. If you getting a good meal, you know,
Good
and
environment.
then somebody's a good environment, and then somebody's coming to pick you up and taking you there. Please, I don't know who was going to turn that down. Because I'm not.
Actually, you know, in that area is where I spent a lot of years with transit, so I got a strong following over there. And my oldest daughter, she's involved. She got a strong following. They all got a strong following. It's just a matter of, you know, we all coming together, you know, and just making it happen, you know. We got to get our chefs involved and, you know, get the right personality, have them trained to the way we want them to be.
That's right.
And,
shaping and molding and training and
that's what's
education.
happening now, you know, the eateries
No
and the
YouTube
drinkeries.
videos.
Message.
You hear that, Al? No YouTube videos. No Flipagram. No
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Keep it real nice.
You still have
cool.
to talk to me because we have to talk about styles too, right? And the lace front. Please tell me.
Oh,
Well,
back to
how?
the lace front.
Oh, wait a minute, because I've seen some real live lace fronts that look like your real hair. Like I'm like, okay, well, how's this done? Talk to me. Give me some tips without spilling everything. I need some tips. I need something. Give me something.
Well, the main objective
I might want to
is
change
quality.
up a style.
The main objective about a lace front is quality. You want to make sure you have a good quality of it. You actually
first, because it's hard to manipulate something that's like, you know, cheap.
So wait a minute. Does that mean, you know, when you have to send away for bundles or
Yes.
Yes.
So is the supply? Can someone also get the supply from your shop?
We actually have several vendors that we keep on
Good.
hand as personal friends, personal people that actually sell, as well as ourselves in the making. And we make sure that it's something that we're comfortable with using and that you're going to be comfortable with actually having on your head so that it can last a point in time. Because on the average, a lot of hair should last to a year. So it depends on the person.
It doesn't mean keep it in for a year.
I was just about to
Yes,
ask how long.
wait
Wait a minute. I was
That's
just
why
about to
people
ask
confused
based
that
on the
ain't-
quality,
How
right?
did
Because
you
I
get it the
know
first time?
some of this hair you can kind of like wash, like
Yes.
you know, take
Yeah.
it off.
Yeah,
so
take
they make
it
wigs.
out.
We still have Dad on the line.
Dad.
Talk to you later.
Dad, you have any other comments? Because I kind of got in deep with the girls again. I'm sorry, Dad. You have any other questions or comments you want to make, Dad?
Well, we just lost our video. Wife is trying to get it back. Hold on a second. Oh, Lord, now I'm in the wrong room.
All right.
All right, back.
So Dad, call back, all right? We appreciate your love and support, but I got to get some tips here about this hair business going on, all right? So call us back.
Okay, I will.
All
Don't
right.
give away too many tips.
Oh, Lord. Well, I need something. Somebody got
got
to
you, we
help.
got
But
you.
I want to talk too about natural hair. So with the lace front, you guys have vendors at your shops. It has to be good quality hair. It doesn't have to be that expensive, because I've seen people spend $200, $300, $400, $500. Should I go higher than that on hair?
It depends.
It all
but it
depends.
depends on the quality.
Yeah.
The better the quality, the
Sometimes
more
you'll
it will
find a
cost.
good deal.
Okay.
You know, and then other times somebody may, maybe rob you for your money.
And
you
is
know,
this-
it's the same as something a little.
And
a
is
little
this
bit cheaper.
human hair?
Yes,
Would that be
some
okay? Human hair.
virgin hair.
Okay.
And they come in different types of aspects, in Mongolian, Brazilian, Indian, Japanese. There's so
Those
many
are the
different
textures.
textures.
And if you ever
that
seen
you
the
can
movie
be-
Good Hair with Chris Rock, like they actually go to countries
Different
and
places.
people, they sacrifice their hair. It's not just in it. I
I've
mean,
seen
it's a huge industry. It's a $1 billion industry. People
Yeah.
cut their hair off, sacrifice it, and give it, to these different vendors so they can sell it and make money.
So you don't want to get the bad quality hair that actually has,
Synthetic
Shaniqua
fibers
from
and-
Uptown with a little bit
Wait,
of.
why her name had to be Shaniqua?
And one of
She
my
got a friend named Shaniqua. She about to
One of
curse her
my
out.
friends' name is Shaniqua. I always tell her too. But it's gonna be blended. It's gonna have synthetic fibers. It's gonna be a mixture of something that you feel that may look and feel like it may look. But once you really go into testing good quality hair, you have to go into bleaching and perming. Those are the things that you can do. So your hair, it has to do the same if it's already on the weft. It has to be able to do the same exact thing.
All right.
But it's in a longer thread, it's in a different form and shape. But if it doesn't turn or something like that, then you may know that you have a bad quality about your hair.
Okay. So that's that hair that sometimes if it rubs on your face, it gives you bumps and makes you itch.
That's not a
It's not very clean. It's not clean.
And it could be also a buildup of product, because people put a lot of product on stuff that's completely unnecessary, and the less product is usually the best, because you want it to have that nice
You want to
that
flow.
nice
You wanna
flow.
swing.
Yeah, you can swing. You don't want it to be stiff
Yeah.
and poking nobody eye out.
That's one thing I do
Nice.
approve of when it comes to Googling. Googling how to maintain your weave. If your stylist did not give you that nice consultation after you were finished, how to wrap your hair once you're done, how to actually maintain it, the type of scarves, the type of bonnets, how often should I come back to get a wash and set? When should I take this out? What can I use on my own hair while this weave is on to maintain growth and nutrition and all of those good things?
So which one is better? If because we're still on with lace fronts, right? So which one is better? The one that you can take off, like they make you a wig, or the one that you actually have? Well, a lace front is a takeoff, right? You do take that off.
Right.
It
But
comes
it's
on
with
and off.
preference, because you can sew it
You
on.
can sew it
or
on
you
or
can
have
make
it
it.
as
Oh,
a
see, I'm
a
learning.
whole
See,
wig.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
Okay, so which one is better though?
I
And
would-
which
I
one
would
can
prefer to
last longer?
I would prefer to have a wig,
I would
because
prefer
I
to
would
have
want
a
my
I
hair to
gotta
breathe.
take that thing off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can have a nice mannequin head at home, and you could
Lay it on.
lay it on there, a nicely, like a nice little pet, and you just
Make sure
Treat
your
it like
wig
it's
is comfortable.
nice
Treat it
today.
like
Your
it's
man is comfortable with that.
flowing
Because
nice.
sometimes
Like
they
it's
might
young.
not
like
like
it's
it.
your girl. That's your girl.
What's up, girl?
You were late
your best
today, and you
I
just
like
went
to that
thing.
thing.
That's how you got to talk to it. You got to talk to it like you know how you talk to your car.
Yeah,
you know,
I talk to my plants.
You got to talk
That's
to
a
your plants.
conversation that makes
Yes.
it grow. You know.
Yes, anything that you love and you want to make sure you still talk to it, talk to it nice, and think about everything later. You can go to bed, your husband, if he ain't like, ooh, what's that? Why? This is it. This is what
Well,
you gonna get.
the best thing to do
That's
is to
probably
take care
like
of
the
your
bad
underneath,
side about it.
right? So when you take it off, when you lay it to rest for the night,
Yeah.
right? Your hair underneath is looking kind of good, so he
Yes,
still
yes.
is attracted to you a little something, something, right?
Look, I'm healthy. That's all you need to say.
got day hair,
I'm
you got
healthy.
night hair.
That is it.
Day hair and night hair. That's
Day
what
hair,
you call
night
it.
Day hair,
Okay,
night
all right, all right. So what is the flyest short haircut? Now this one is banging. 'Cause I'm with listen, I'm with chopping it all off. Yes, I am. And that little
Thank
wait a
you.
minute, because with the shortest hair, right? My son, he uses like this little sponge,
The
and all you
sponge
gotta
to
do.
curl
Yeah, my
and I
nephew
was like,
uses
oh, you
it.
get a little spicy,
Yeah.
right? It
I
gives
tried
you little
this hat
curls.
that I saw online with a tennis racket, and, and this, you know how it has like the square holes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you just put a nice moisturizer on, and then you just
And you
just
use
with the
tennis
tennis racket.
and you use the
Yeah,
tennis
it worked
racket
a little
because it
bit.
has the holes in
Yeah.
it to
It worked.
core
I
your
gotta get
hair.
that out.
All right, so what's
That's
the
just weird.
flyest besides Shavon's? Right, what's the flyest short haircut for natural hair? Let's
for
do
natural
natural hair.
hair.
I like when it has like the designs where it's kind of like the high top a little bit, like an
Okay.
asymmetrical kind
But
of,
the
but like
low
a
on the
cute
side.
design.
Yeah.
Those are
okay,
fly.
okay.
That's real nice.
All right, yeah, because when I had my hair out for a little while, I'll show y'all. Well, y'all probably already saw when I had before I got my hair braided. So I was talking to one court officer, and she actually has a style, and she's doing her natural hair, and it's all black, and she has like the mohawk. It's like a V, and then she has the side shaved off, and her hair is naturally curly, and in the middle it's coming down.
that's cute,
So
too.
shout out to Kiki because I'm talking
Yeah.
about yes,
When they
yes,
have
I'm
that
admiring.
right curl custard,
Yeah,
and
she
it
has
just
the little curls and it's
perfectly.
jet
Yeah.
black. You know, she has
Yeah.
beautiful sparky black skin,
poppin'.
so
Yeah.
it looks really, really good. So you know, she always gets on me. Says I was like, well, why do you don't just let your sides? I said, why you don't just let your sides grow out like mine? She was like, because then it looks like
Like a little afro.
Yes.
it looks like
She
a little
gotta have
afro.
dimensions, so it can be
So
right
you
in
know,
here.
so it gives it much style. So the
Yeah.
flyest natural short haircut right now, right? Because we talking about today's age, right? Okay,
Yeah.
it's like a little.
I like
A
that
little
style
swig.
that you
That's-
mentioned.
no,
I
it's
do
cute.
think that's
Yeah,
pretty
I mean,
fly.
I twist it up and
Yeah, for me, I
Low
always
color.
tell my clients,
Huh?
they're coming
A little color.
a little color.
She likes color.
I
We
like,
all like color.
this is the I've had my hair, it was orange. Well, I called it Georgia Peach because I went to Atlanta. I called
Okay.
it Georgia Peach.
All right.
I like that. And then I went red and then blonde, and now I'm back to this. But I'm gonna change it a little bit. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
All right, you staying fierce. That's what I'm talking about. So what about for short permed hair?
Pixie cut is a nice.
What's a pixie cut?
Like the Halle Berry.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what I'm talking about.
pretty
Yes,
much.
that's nice.
That's that go.
That's that go-to reference.
go-to.
Let me get the Halle Berry.
Not too structured. It's not too, hard or anything. It's a soft pixie cut. It's a nice cut with layers all over. Because with pixie cuts, you're coming from the nape of your neck and coming upward, and everything is just around a 360 cut. And it's just, I've had it for a long time because I go from short to long. We all
Versatile,
do.
huh?
We all
Versatile.
do. But I like that. And I try not to tell natural people that they can't actually have it. Because we revert back to old school with, the hot comb.
I did it.
And you can still,
You use the hot
you
comb
can
before
still
shaving?
get that with a
Okay.
silk press.
All right.
But the thing
Silk
is,
press. That's
Well,
a
silk press.
that's a fancy word.
That's the new.
Yeah, press
So
and
what
curl.
happened to what's that thing that they were using to make your hair straight?
The keratin.
Yes. Is that similar? Or
That's still in existence. People are still using it.
people still do it.
But now
you said
people,
that with discretion.
Well, it's because of the chemicals that's in it. But now people are
Got it.
trying to find other new products like this new one that's all over your Facebook newsfeed, the Ite.
Oh,
I got me
okay.
some of that too. I think it maybe because I didn't have the full collection, it didn't really do what it needed to do. But my curl pattern was, it didn't define as much as it was before after I did the treatment. So I think it worked a little bit because I did have the pixie cut after I had my natural. So it did something.
So what is your hair texture right now? Is it like a 4C?
It's a
3C,
4C.
2? Okay. All
4C
right, all
for
right.
show.
Okay.
Maybe
All right.
4D
And
sometimes.
manageable, but manageable, so you can get it to, like, you have to kind of train your hair, right?
Yeah, you have
to train
to.
it to get it to the way that you want. And I know, Lakia, you said, we were talking earlier, you were saying you were natural, and now you went back to texturizing. So what was
Yeah,
that?
I couldn't take it. I couldn't take the natural hair.
I think it's
But
more
I'm-
work to be natural.
It is.
honestly.
It absolutely
Really?
is.
Yeah,
And I'm
I
usually
don't
like
think
on the
so.
go.
Because you
I
have to
had
really learn. Because like 2 years ago was the first time I've seen my hair completely natural. Like I think my mother permed it at like 7 or something like that. Because I don't remember what it was to be like natural and like get presses. That was traumatizing, by the way. But it's like you have to really learn things about it. Like you have to put a lot of like it has to have a lot of water and moisturizers and stuff like that in order to maintain the curls. So you just really have to learn it. Everyone's is different. Like you'll have 4C, 3C, all different kind of stuff.
I
but
went old school. You remember Jerry curls? Everybody remember
We
Jerry.
still
yeah,
do
we
it.
know.
Let me tell you, I went back to S curl, the stuff that they was, you know, you watched
activator.
that.
Follow the
Activator.
drip.
Wait,
Follow the drip.
don't laugh at me, Nakia. Wait a minute. The only thing that I was embarrassed about is when I went to the doctors and I had to get my checkup and I leaned back
And the paper
and the
was
paper was wet.
Oh, no.
I was embarrassed about that, but everything other than that,
Yeah.
I was all right because it don't drip.
Yeah.
It's just you just can't lean on furniture and stuff, and you'll be all right. But let me tell you, going back to your natural, you know, the things that naturally made your hair grow,
Yeah.
they work.
Yeah.
All these
Yes.
expensive products
They
and stuff
did.
like that. Let's talk a little bit about these products. Like, what are some good products that actually work that are cost effective? Because why would I know Gabrielle Union? She has a product out, but I heard it may not be for natural, 100% natural hair.
For
or,
me, I feel that
and
you're
then we
going to be
have
paying for
Carol's daughter,
daughter.
and we have
daughter.
Cantu.
Cantu.
And,
Yeah.
what's that other stuff? That
Cream and Nature also has a
Cream and
natural
Nature,
product
The
line.
Shea Moisture.
Shea
Shea
Moisture.
Moisture.
But what's that gel that they use?
The Eco Style.
Eco Style.
Eco Style.
Some people say it flakes. Some people say it doesn't.
Yeah.
People say I think the aloe vera gel one is probably
It's
the
a
best.
little better.
Yeah.
Is that the green one?
Yeah, the green
Yeah.
one.
Okay. All right. So
I think sometimes when you go into
doing
your
good.
kitchen and you find the most natural products that you can find, your coconut
and make
oil,
sure you put honey in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it lasts
Go
longer,
back
right?
so
to the-
many
back to the
concoctions that
kitchen.
you can work
Back to
up
the kitchen.
in your own kitchen with
Mayonnaise.
natural hair that will work.
Egg.
Right. I was just
Coconut
thinking,
oil,
Yeah,
aloe vera.
I bought a mayonnaise. I think it's by Organics.
Yeah,
was
the one that
using
comes in
that
the
for a
pack,
long
and then
yeah,
they have,
Well, no, it's
the
they
larger.
have the pack,
yeah.
but for $1.99.
Mhm, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you know, I know. and then they got the one with the green
With the
top
green
and the
top.
bottom.
Yes, yes. Root stimulator. Yeah, we did.
That's
that.
Because not always the expensive ones do it, so you gotta go
Yeah.
back to what you
Yeah,
know.
you're pretty
Like
much
Wild
paying for the
Growth,
name.
that was so old, and people
Wild
was like,
Growth.
"Oh, this
And
new
that
thing I just
was
bought." It
Wild
still
Growth.
And
does.
Dax.
Yeah.
Remember
Indian
Dax?
But see, the
hemp.
products are changing too. I don't know what they're doing, but they're diluting all the products, and they're not the same. Like remember Dudley's? They used to have that. That's
I
not the
remember
same anymore.
Dudley's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
So what
products are
about-
changing.
What about, because I also heard about black soap, like just washing your hair with black soap, greasing your hair with natural 100% shea butter, right? The vitamin
Black
E, you
castor
can kind of
oil.
black castor oil. You can get the pen and just put, poke a hole in the pill
Yeah.
and put the
But it
vitamin
works.
E in your hair. The peppermint, they have the
Apple cider
bomb.
vinegar.
Yes, absolutely. That stuff stinks.
It does,
Thank
but
you.
it's true because it's good
It
for from the head to the
It
toe. It's
does.
good.
Yeah.
It's good for everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
I have a supervisor that lives in
swears by
And also,
apple cider vinegar.
what is it? Garlic?
garlic too.
Yeah, you put the garlic and it smells good.
A lot of times you're not gonna be comfortable with a lot of things that will be the best result, but you just gotta come to it and be like, yes, okay, this is what works. I just gotta hold my nose and put a face mask on.
All right. So how do I save my edges? Because at the older you get,
That's
the
good.
pulling-
Tension. You gotta stop the tension.
Tension.
They start. Okay, so I gotta kind of like part some of it, leave some of
Yeah,
it
she
out.
Leave some of it
direction.
out.
Yeah.
Direction, like she said,
Uh-huh.
pulling it
What's
back.
it called?
Oh, I was saying change the
Direction?
direction
The tension
and
in
what
the
you get your
direction.
braids because people get like
The
accustomed
same
to
thing
getting the same
every-
Pulling it
concept.
back,
Oh, let
pulling
me
it
get
back.
the straight backs, straight backs all the time, and your
Hairline
Hairline be
recedes.
all the way back.
Yeah.
here.
stay like that, and it's
Yeah.
gonna keep pushing on back.
And when
you
it's
see
too
them
late,
older ladies with
that's it. That's
And then
it.
they
just
start
holding
spraying
on.
it with
Ooh.
shoe polish.
Oh,
That was the old school thing. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that. I've
one.
never heard that.
I'm about
I heard
to
of the
blow some
Beijing,
people
but
up.
not
Some
the
people they putting shoe polish.
We've had people
Or
say
what is that? The
mascara and
hairline,
stuff.
eyeliner.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
cover up.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, concealer for the hair.
I feel like,
can get that with
when
the
you
edges.
are
Just a little
different and you change up your hair so much, especially with doing wigs and weaves and braids and ponytails,
So like
it
string.
confuses. It's like when you exercise and you're confusing your muscles and it starts
Good
to
analogy.
work.
Good analogy.
So when it comes to hair, you have to be able to say, this is not what I'm doing today. I'm not about to do the straight backs again and again and again. It's like, okay, so I ain't going to pull it in that direction. So what you're doing is you're keeping your hair in the same healthy state by doing different things sometimes if you're that type of person. But if you are that person that likes a nice middle part and a nice wash and set,
Do a side part.
do a side part. Do something.
Or a
Go outside of your
whole
comfort
head, you
zone.
know?
Don't pull your hair back
I've
in a
seen-
ponytail all day.
I've seen some parts. You remember those when they used to, before they started doing like the skinny braids, like skinny and then big.
Yeah.
They used to have them all the same size and close together.
Right.
And then some people like they would have the part and it was pulling and like the part
And it was like a
stretched.
big gap.
A gap. Right. Okay, so that's why that was happening.
Yeah,
The
you
tension,
have to.
right.
You have to be able to either step outside of your comfort zone, or you just have to deal with the consequences later on in life. That is what it is. And you come in, you ask, but that's all the inside can give you.
All right, so Todd, bring us in. We have a comment on Facebook. Yeah, read it. Come on, because my phone went off. I was so engrossed in this conversation, I wasn't even paying attention. My apologies, guys. All right, so bring in the comment.
Shantara Thomas said natural is hard work and that Dax stinks.
We agree. We agree.
I like the green dash.
It has a bad odor. That, I remember, what was that, the Dr. Miracle? That was the strongest one.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Wait,
smell that
they
from my
they
mouth.
have that now. And
That was a
it's
big
just-
hype, but
what's
it
that?
wasn't good for everybody.
So the natural hair. So who said that? Made that comment again?
Shantara Thomas.
Oh, Shantara. Shantara. Shout out to Shantara. So going natural, I thought was going to be an extreme challenge for me. But I actually started getting so used to it to the point where, I was a little frustrated because I said to myself, once I took my braids out before, it was either I'm going to cut off all my hair now or I'm probably going to perm it again. We had this little conversation, right? So instead of me being tempted by permanent again, I just cut everything off and I just started like with little pieces and I was like, this just started cutting. And then I went into the room and I was like, look, to Ty and my kids, and my son was like, you cut off 4 years. And I was like, yeah, because this is something new, I'm trying something different, and now I could look a little cool, my little afro, but whatever. So I started getting so used to my natural hair that while I was driving, or if I was on a train, or if I was wherever I was, I would just start twisting my hair. I would just twist it so that when I would twist it before I got home, so when I got home at night, I didn't have anything to do. And then I would just grease it, and put the aloe around my edges so I could keep them because I'm getting a little older, right? And then I would just grease it and stuff like that, wrap it up and go to bed. And then wake up in the morning while I'm driving to work, then I would just take one finger and pull them out and then do something like this. And it was easier for me. So once we condition ourselves to do
Right,
certain
you
things,
get used
train
to
it,
it.
tame your
You're
hair,
good.
it becomes a little bit easier, especially if you're working all the time. Like I think it becomes like really difficult to deal with natural hair. And you guys
Right.
can tell me a little bit more what your customers say when you're doing a lot. Like I was telling Lakia, I do a lot. I'm moving around all the time, and that's why I said let me just go get my hair. This is my old school braid up. Go get my hair braid up so I don't have to constantly do it every day because
Right.
it is time consuming.
Absolutely.
But
Is
you
it
can
in a
find
bun, or does it come all the way down?
it does. It comes down, but my children told me that I should leave it out, but I was being very, very hard headed, and I said no, I gotta go back old school. I always go back to my tradition and put my little bun on the top, looking like a little crown.
I like it. I like it. It's cute.
Yeah, but it actually looked really, really nice when I leave it out, and it's really long though. And what frustrates me though about sitting and getting my hair braided is that I don't want to sit and get my hair braided.
Right.
I do
Don't
not
have
want to
the
sit.
patience.
That's
no,
the first challenge.
I don't want to sit underneath a dryer. I don't want. The only thing I like is when I get my hair washed because my hair is very, very sensitive. Like, I don't really like anybody in my hair. But when you wash it, it feels great.
That's the best feeling.
Yeah, it's the best feeling, right? And especially when somebody knows what they're doing and they get in there and they
Get in there.
not banging your head up against the thing, but like they getting, what I'm talking about.
Yes.
In those
Washing them.
spots, right?
I
Those
was
are
the
good spots.
test dummy in the salon. So like anytime we had any new stylists and they need to do a demo, they're like, "Oh, Ab, come here." I'm like, I don't like people actually washing my hair. I wash my own hair.
Yeah, it feels great.
I don't know what it is, but you know
So
what? I'm
relaxing.
highly ticklish, and I think that's a part of it. I will bug.
She a tickle monster.
I will bug out, but I think some people get like a little like offended, like, oh, she don't want me touching her. I'm like, it's not that. I just can't do it. I can't. So I wash my hair and I do everything. I'm like, okay, now I'm ready. Then I'll sit in a chair or something. But I've been like that forever. I think the only person that can wash my hair is my mother, who is, I think it's only me. Okay, and everybody else don't complain. She's so rough with me.
Yeah.
She's very rough.
That's everybody.
Yeah,
She's
What,
rough.
washing the hair.
Huh? No, she's just rough. Period.
She's
She's the sweetest nicest woman in the world, but she's very
Your
aggressive.
dad
She
seems
has
a little
hard
bit more-
hands.
Now with Ebony, okay.
How is it when I
When
wash
she-
your hair?
Not just when she washes, when she braids my hair, it feels
It's so
like
tight.
little mice is just crawling on top of my head.
braid
It's like,
it.
no, stop. She know, because she braids so fast that it's just like, this is the weirdest feeling in my life. Get away from me.
All right, that's my kind of girl. Braiding real fast, get me in and out. I don't even. Let me tell you, when I went and got my hair braided recently, literally, if I pull some of the hair down, some of it in the middle is not even braided, because I tell them, no, just braid it. And my hair is real short now, so just braid it to the end and let me go. She said, no, mommy, I'm just going to continue to braid all the way down, and then we're going to warm it up for you, put the heat on it. I said, just
I don't got time for that.
And then I don't let them do my edges. I don't do nothing. I have Todd downstairs, or I jump into the car. I take the hair and twist it around and go home and do it myself, because I'm like that. I don't like anybody really in my hair. I'm very, very particular. If I go to get my hair done, whether it be in a salon or go and get it braided, whatever I'm doing, I want to go to the same person. And I think that's like
That's important.
It is, right?
It is.
The value in going. I'm going to see Ebony. I'm going to see Shavon. Lakeisha's gonna hook me up. Chantel, she got that thing going
And you have to
on.
respect that as a stylist. Like, if somebody comes in and say, oh yeah, I'm just looking for Lisa, I'm looking for Ebony or Kia to do my hair, and you're like, oh no, they're not here, but I'll hook you up, girl. They not here for you.
No.
Right.
You don't know they're here.
That's highly disrespectful.
Yeah,
I be and then what I respect and appreciate, and I know you guys have experienced this, even though you're not in the shop as often, as your mom, but when you're not there and they come and somebody else offers the service and they're like, no, I'll come back tomorrow. I'll do with my hair being messy,
appreciate
because
it.
I want Ebony. I want,
That's
you know,
appreciation.
right?
That's
Yeah, that's that love.
And it's loyalty, and as well as they're watching. They can sit there for whatever, how long, maybe 20 minutes, depends on what they're getting. But we have customers that sit there all day and do nothing.
All day.
They don't even get nothing
Laughing
done.
and
Just sit
talking,
there because
just
we're
having a
so
good time.
we're like a
Yeah.
family there.
It
They
sounds
just
like
there.
the barber shop, right?
Yes.
Do you guys have a pool table? Don't answer that. Because when you go, let me tell you,
Dad's
when you go
boom
to the,
boom room.
yeah, when
better
you go
than
to
the barber
certain, even around the holidays, sometimes they'll have like a little, what's that nice drink that they make for the holidays?
Coquito.
Coquito. Yeah, maybe around the holidays they have a little thing of coquito or whatever.
We
Or they
like
may
to
have-
do a holiday party for the clients.
Yeah, to celebrate and to say thank you to.
Yeah,
the customers.
but we definitely like to do a holiday party for everybody. We do grab bag with our employees. We do a lot of things for the kids in regards to when it comes to back to school. When we try to collect a lot of coats and book bags and stuff.
Wow.
We
Some
have
school supplies,
done
pencil
supplies
case and stuff,
and stuff for the kids as well. We've done a lot. It's a lot of things where we may have certain things and we won't take it to the actual church. We'll take our old coats and stuff like that. And my mom has had a bin of things, and you never know. People come in there, they don't have the right undergarments for the infant. You're like, you know what? I think I had a onesie in it. She always come out with something. I'm like, where did you get that from? I'm like, oh, that was your oh.
Don't you remember Legacy?
I've walked down the street and seen someone with something that was mine, and I'm like, you know what?
Mom,
I'm happy that
Mom
it
is
went
at
to
it again,
you.
right?
Yeah.
So it's not even about like getting your little tax thing and stuff like that they give you
the
in
tax
tax and stuff
write-off,
like that. It's the fact that it was somebody in need,
getting
and
a
you know
write-off from your
personally
people,
that they're gonna get it firsthand because you've seen this person cold, you've seen this person not have, you've seen this person not even look great, and you'll be the type to say, you know what, it's all right, as long as you look good. When you get that job, when you get that interview, and you're good, come back to me. Those are the ones that come back. There's so many people that have been at the very bottom, and the way women feel when they get their hair done, and it just increases their confidence. And if you're blessing somebody with that, then you're gonna be blessed. So it's no way that you can keep on denying that person because they done got this and they ain't got that. That's how you build your loyalty and your staff and your clientele like that in a business that lasts this long. It's no way that you can keep on upping your prices to a point where they go somewhere else. But you also have to set that standard to let them know, I still have to make a living.
That's
I
right.
still have
And
to make sure
sometimes that
my
bill
bills
that you get
Yeah.
at the end of the month, And I know your water bill is sky high.
Water bill,
Lord help us.
electricity.
And then, your dad and your mom were talking about the plugging up of the cell phones.
Yes.
and
You gotta cut that out.
She's so funny.
You got to get the safe.
And
The
how
poofs
much
that
did
you
she
put
try
inside
to
the
charge
socket.
people one time?
$2.
It was $2 to plug in. That was so funny. People
Yeah.
really did
Yeah,
it.
but
And your
people
Wi-Fi
respect
too.
it.
No, you
Yeah.
got
your
people that
Wi-Fi.
laugh at it, people that, say, it's not a problem. I know what it is, because people know, when it comes
got
to their,
bills.
wherever they work at or something
Right.
like that, they've had people to do it to them,
Some
and they
people
like, I'm going to
just cover
charge
the
you.
whole socket and won't even give you a chance. But,
But
I mean,
there's some people could be so rude. I've had people
Have you
try
had some
to
people
snatch
trying to get
out-
over?
yeah.
Yes,
do it.
all the time. They'll sit in your chair.
They'll
Girl,
keep
that's
with
what
you.
this is what I want. Oh, I got it. I will never say, where's your money? I need to see it first. It's so rude. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Oh no.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I am. But you got, this is like on some like first
To
time.
the Slims? Never mind. I said, you listening to this? They don't ask for the money first. Ain't nobody got time for that.
No.
No.
A lot of businesses don't ask. A lot of businesses now with online seating that they have with Style Seed
For
and
booking?
other for booking,
Yeah.
they ask
Oh.
for
Like
a
a
deposit,
deposit.
which is not a bad idea. It is not a bad idea, because we've had people
And then
that
if they cancel,
they don't get your
some is
actual refund.
Some is refundable, but you keep a small percentage because
because
if I'm not doing your hair,
Right.
that means or if I'm supposed to be doing your hair and you reschedule, somebody else lost the slot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, where you could have
That's
gotten
money
a payment.
lost.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I understand that, and I respect that.
For me personally, as well as Lakia, we go off appointments because we have a full-time job.
Right.
And we can't obligate ourselves to our clients solely basis of 100% of the salon. We try to do our best so that we can still keep our talent inside the salon, as well as help out as well with the longevity. And when it comes to that, we set our appointments. We may have to want to spend time with our children.
Do you have to go to their homes
No.
because of your
No.
schedules?
No.
We have our
Come
own
to the
booths.
salon.
Okay. All right,
But,
all right. But would you go to someone's home and do their hair if they
It all
requested?
depends.
It
If
wouldn't-
it's
I
an
wouldn't mind, but
elderly
if-
person,
yeah, it does
Elderly,
depend.
if they,
yeah, it all
you know,
depends.
Okay.
Because I do photo shoots. We all do photo shoots. We've have done fashion shows. We've done
And also for what about kids? Like Naima Insight made asked that comment, right, about the baby, the 7-year-old. Sometimes kids are more comfortable at home.
yeah,
Right? So
yeah.
would you guys go to a home and
For-
I mean if you familiarize with
If
the
you
person,
familiarize with the person,
person and the kid, then
yeah,
I would do it.
I would
I would
definitely
do
do it.
because then you
but-
go in and
Because it's like,
and
you know,
they
you
locking the
just
door and they
there
with
start
your
friend.
tickling you and
Exactly,
stuff.
It's not
exactly.
like-
You didn't-
I have
you didn't hear
to
what I just said.
definitely know
Because
you.
You didn't hear what I just said. You didn't hear what I just said, Ebony, did you?
No, it's,
I said you go into somebody's house and they lock the door and they heard you say that you ticklish. They start tickling you.
I'm out.
You know, they don't lock the door.
Cartoon stuff about it. That whole body print be through the door. It's like, oh my God, no.
Wow, yeah. So I'm
Camille sent 2 pictures of your creations.
Aw,
Really?
That's nice.
Of me?
okay.
Of some,
Of her.
Oh, you must have did some
Yeah,
styles or
client.
something like that.
Oh, can I see?
no, because I'm picking up.
Why'd you mention that?
But thank you, Camille.
Shout out to
Danielle. Oh, yes.
shout out to Danielle.
Shout out to Danielle. That's my coworker. She actually, when we was talking about the latest trends or nice styles with natural hair. She
Okay.
has like this beautiful silver hair. And she came in, she has natural hair, and she wanted a cut. So I gave her one of those asymmetrical looks where she had one was long on this side and I kind of tapered it down on one side. So she looks so cute.
Okay.
Yeah, she's out here swagging. Hi, Danielle.
Hello. So what's one of those moments like me? Sometimes you wake up, you're like, ah!
Yeah.
And then you go to the salon, you're like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Nice, right?
Yep.
Okay.
The walk change, the attitude change. Yeah, she's popping out here.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. So how do you guys feel about, the family that you come from, your background, everything that you're doing, the dedication to the community outside of even doing their hair, but giving out book bags, pens, pencils, clothes, how do you feel?
I feel like it's humbling. You see the growth and from the beginning to the end as we were raised in the shop and then just coming from all that way and seeing it now, I'm just so humbled and I'm proud to be a part of something like that. And I can take that forward and give back to my community as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Especially talking about it now. It's like you don't realize.
And it's
how
so much fun when you
you've
in
done
it.
for
You be
everybody.
like, I didn't even know all of that stuff was going on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that passion. Passion is something fierce, boy.
Yeah, we definitely. There's a lot of people in our lives that actually didn't know that we actually do what we do, and we don't. I'm not gonna gloat. I'm not gonna sit there and just talk.
Like, yeah,
about
our parents have a hair salon.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
Like,
do
well,
that.
mention it
We
if you need
would-
your hair did.
Right.
But it's
Yeah,
not
I'm gonna mention
something-
it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be like, hey, come by and stuff like that. As
Yep.
you got older, you learn where you need to say certain things and when you can't. But I would never be the type to sit there and say what I have. That ain't what I have. I have what I have, and what I was raised to have is what I earned.
Because
And
people would
That's deep.
like say, oh yeah, my parents they own a hair salon, they're business owners. They'll automatically assume, oh, y'all got money.
Right.
Yeah, so they'll be real cute friends with you and just try not saying
Right.
that's happened, but that's things that people do
Yeah.
when they
Yeah.
see
Well,
people
we know that
that's on
there
their
are
way
people
up.
out there
So
who
it's
have
like
you need
vicious,
to humble
vicious
yourself in order to
intentions.
Oh,
protect
yeah.
yourself.
And we've had friends that feel like because we had those type of advantages and stuff like that we were well off. My mother didn't buy any of us Jordans. We did not get North Face. We did not. We wanted it at that time because it was trending, but we had to work for it. She worked that summer youth program for. I mean, you did with summer youth.
I
too?
did summer youth for 3 years in a row.
What you get?
Okay.
But aside from that,
did
I was
not
working
get
in the
just a
shop.
year.
We was working shop.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
That's
I didn't
right.
get a chance to work for summer youth. My father said, "You still gonna work?" We went to BJ's. We got the 32 case of water, and
So
We
no
was
soda.
out when we
I
saw
was-
water.
I don't feel bad. I was.
everything.
Let me tell you,
crabs
I was
too.
packing
It was-
bags. So I listen. Remember when? Well, they stopped that a long time ago. Where you can't go in. You can't go into the supermarkets and pack bags. But I was packing bags when I was young. That's what's
Yeah.
up. That's why you have to earn your keep.
Yes.
And I think when you earn your keep, when you work hard, when you grind, you have such a wider
respect.
appreciation.
And it builds
You're
character.
humble. It definitely builds character. Because you can walk in the street and you can see someone who has on the latest, I'm gonna use your term, trending clothes, the most expensive stuff.
Right.
But they really don't have that
structure.
value, those
No.
morals and
Value
values.
and
Not
morals.
everyone, but some people.
Yeah.
Right? And then you'll walk around and you'll see someone who is probably not that popping, right? And not don't have on the latest trending clothing. And they're respectful. They have values and morals. They have so much to live for. So many things that they've experienced. And some of them have a lot of money.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
you just can't tell.
Yeah.
You don't
That
see
they have
Steve
a lot of
Forbes
money.
with all of that.
Right.
No.
You don't see any of these multi-billionaires with all these type of things. Some things it may be. Maybe some things that you may not even be able to pronounce. But the thing is, they don't look flashy. They do not look like they're out there looking to be robbed and taken advantage of, like they're walking money. They look like they're preserved and that they're focused on one goal, and one goal only is to make the next dollar.
That's right. And also putting the money into the community, investing, right?
Reinvesting.
Credit.
Yes.
I think you mentioned
Yes.
earlier,
Yes.
having good credit, right? Building equity.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and
Yes.
knowing what you'll qualify for to take out a loan, focused on Black entrepreneurship, building your business, giving back to the community, right? Bringing somebody in and saying, hey, listen, you got to start from somewhere. You may have to hand out flyers, and then you work your way up. So you hand out those flyers while you go out there and get your education. Once you get that degree and you get licensed, we'll give you a booth in a shop, or give you a trial period. Maybe they can intern.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you guys take interns?
Yeah,
We do.
We've had those.
We have so
Oh.
many. So many. And
Shouldn't
so
tell me
many
that.
of them have moved forward, came back, moved forward, came back. So many do not stay on the path of cosmetology. Some of them go on to do other things, nursing, whatever the case may be. But the thing is having that effect
They
and
had the
giving
opportunity.
the education,
Right.
the opportunity, and it's nice to know that you were able to actually give that away.
And working with such a close-knit family, right?
Yeah.
And feeling a part of the family. I know
Oh,
when
yeah.
Absolutely.
Desiree made that comment, she made me feel like she was a part of your family, which
We've
was
had so
important to
many
me.
family events that a lot of the employees and interns, braiders, whoever they
they'd
are a
be
part of. They're
They
gonna
even
get an invite.
clients.
Even clients,
Clients
grandmothers,
come.
aunties, uncles,
Yeah.
everybody.
Oh, yes,
the
your
baby
mom
shower
mentioned
gifts
that.
from
Yes.
She mentioned that.
customers. Yeah, it's like family and it's humbling.
Okay, how many cards y'all got hanging up in the shop? I know y'all got some cards, and y'all probably got a whole suitcase full of cards that y'all had to take down
We
over
definitely
the years,
have our
right?
little stuff, but what we like to do, we like to give. We give the cards out and stuff like that.
Nice.
You know, the thank you cards, and you know, we try
Day
to remember
flowers and
most of our
roses and
clients'
So should I say thank you
birthdays.
now, Miss Shavon, for that bag that you bought me for Christmas?
Yeah.
Shavon got that fly bag over there. I walked in here and I said, well, geez, thanks. I got me a little gift and I ain't even get my hair done yet. Got me a little gift.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shavon. I give you some more money to go on and get you something. You ain't got to bring me back no change.
She would not give up that bag.
Yeah.
But it's a learning experience. It's a learning experience. But one thing I would say about actually having your own small business, those who do not come from a family like ours, a big family, or even a family that has had a business before. If you're someone who's a single child or someone that just have that in them, you just have to learn how to stay focused and not be deterred by others that may make you feel like you can't do it. And you can. It doesn't take a whole lot of, you know, educational training in regards to actually getting it out there.
Right.
You are going to come from nothing of not knowing. On your way, you'll learn and meet people that know things, and you have to take and grab and take and grab and of what they know to get you to the point of where you will know. You will be uneducated going in. But in the long run, you'll be successful. You just have to have the confidence, and you also have to utilize all the tools that is there for you. People do not utilize, you know, books anymore, the hardcover
resources.
Those resources, the libraries, free libraries at that.
Well, they're tearing down most of the libraries.
Yeah.
But,
They are.
you know,
They
I
are.
would say when you go to school, because, you know, I went to school for social work, and now I was telling you guys earlier that I teach at LIU.
Yeah.
A lot of social work classes. What I tell all my students is to keep your books. When you're going to school for cosmetology, do not
still
throw
have mine.
away your core books, because at some point things come
You
back.
gotta
Like
have
I
some
remember
back
one
to
time
that.
I went
They
and
do.
got some finger waves, and I was thinking I was fly. And let me tell you, and that was just recently. That was maybe not even a year ago, and I had finger waves. And people was like, "You got finger waves?" I was like, "Yeah, this is coming on back."
Yes, it is.
You know, and
never
now-
left.
That's right. This
Still
is coming
here.
on back, but
Never
I hadn't really seen it that much. You know, and I ran into this young lady. She was also a court officer, and hers looked real nice, and she had like a multicolored, you know, and it looked really good on her skin. And I said, "Wow, I need to go get me some finger waves." And I made a mistake of not having my hair permed and tried to get some finger waves. No, the lady was like, she went to the comb. She was like,
We can't do that.
let me schedule an appointment. You have to perm your hair,
Yeah.
get it nice and straight, and then you come back. And I did that, and those finger waves were popping. Yeah. Oh yes. But do you remember that old school style where you put a net, not the tennis racket?
Pineapple.
Oh, not the tennis racket. Yes, because they got
Pineapple
holes too. You
waves.
just gave me an idea.
Which we do as well.
Yeah, pulling it out.
We do the pineapple.
Yes, I did that.
We
not
do
too
the
long ago.
scrunch. And
What's the scrunch? Oh, when
It's
you
like-
when you
No,
scrunch
no.
it up, when you pull it up, when you
with
it
the
looks
comb,
like
the intail of the comb, and you scrunch it up, and it just looks like longer pineapples, like little bubbles. But yeah, we do scrunch, finger wave, pineapple,
The loose finger waves with
the loose Betty Boo, foam mousse. What I will say
So does
about
your hair,
those,
wait, does your hair have to be short to get finger waves, or it could be long?
Not necessarily.
no,
It
not
can be long.
necessarily.
Relaxed.
That's why
Okay.
it has
Or
to.
if it's like a softer natural.
Guess I'm
Yeah.
really getting low.
Because when you're natural, here's the thing: if you were to put water on your hair, what would happen?
It shrinks.
Okay. So with relaxed hair, your hair straighten. Okay. It lays differently. It moves differently with gel product. It is a water-based product.
Right.
So when it comes to natural hair, and you're trying to put a water-based product, it's going to do the same
It
exact
goes the
thing.
opposite.
It's going to go the opposite. You're trying to put a ridge in, and it's going to curl right on up. But like I said, when it comes to certain hair textures, you can't automatically say no to just to everybody. That's when it comes into consultations, and you taking the time out to actually hear a person out. Okay, they may have maybe 70% of relax here and here, and it may work out for them. But you don't want to automatically say, no, you don't have a relaxer, you can't get this and stuff. And you're like, well, the other
My
stylists,
poor feelings.
yeah, you're just hurting their feelings. You know, they want to look a certain way. You're trying to help them out, but you can't help everybody.
That's right.
But you still have to have that conversation, you know, in order for them to have that understanding. Like, this is the reason why it won't work out for you. Don't be sad. Find something different that may fit you.
All right.
Because you came to see a professional, so you want professional advice.
That's right.
You can't be mad about it.
I'm not
So
you
what's on the agenda for you moving forward, Shavon?
For me, well, for me, well, I'm glad you pointed out my Black Panther button earlier.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about it.
So I wanted to mention when Ebony was talking about the community and giving back. So I like to protest, but in a positive way.
What are you protesting for? What's the latest?
Well, okay, the last protest I did was last year around election time.
Okay.
When Trump got elected. And what I did was, me and my friend Tanaja, we put together this thing called the Lift Every Voice Challenge. So we wanted to bring awareness.
Rebel, huh?
I'm not a rebel. No.
She ain't playing no games.
No. I wanted to bring awareness to the community and the world, really, because in my mind, I thought it was going to go viral. It didn't happen, but I touched some people.
You did.
Touched a
You
few.
touched me, girl.
So wanted to bring awareness to the Black National Anthem,
Okay.
which is Lift Every Voice and Sing. And when you listen to the lyrics to the Star Spangled Banner and the continued lyrics, not the ones that they stop at, the Whitney Houston version.
Right.
When you continue and listen to the full-on version of it, it has verses speaking about slaves and bombs and deaths and stuff like that. So when people look at, say, Colin Kaepernick and what he's kneeling for, they say, oh yeah, he's disrespectful for the flag and the country, but he's kneeling for justice,
Right.
for his people,
Right.
and for everybody, for people to be aware that there is
Equality.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So we said to ourselves, if you can't stand for the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, then we want to give you something to stand for, to Lift Every Voice and Sing. So we went to Union Square and we handed out some flyers. One side was about the education, and then the other side was about was the lyrics to the song. So we just said, okay guys, we're just gonna get together and sing this song. And okay, let me just say,
did they sing the
let
song?
me tell you what happened, right? We had
What happened
it didn't
was
work out the way we thought it would. We had a Facebook page and invited a whole bunch of people. We thought it would be a lot more. It was probably maybe 4 people that we knew that showed up, right? And we were a little sad, but we were excited that we got to inform people and give them that knowledge. So this is what happened, right? This is where God come into play, right? Okay. And this is what really excited me, like, honestly. We went over to this group of people, and we thought they were just tourists because they were all looking around. You know how people gather and just like look for directions and stuff. We heard them singing, Lift Every Voice and Sing. I'm like, wait, hold up. Are y'all here for what? Y'all here for? Did y'all see our posters? I'm like, no, we're here for to sing, Lift Every Voice and Sing. And they had their own like little movement separate from ours, but it was like a whole group of people, and we all came together and did that thing.
that was the best.
Yep.
And how'd that make you feel?
I was so proud, like I could not stop crying, and it was great. It really was.
So it was meant to be.
It really was. It
Okay.
honestly was.
All right. So you in the future, what are you looking towards doing?
My next thing is a silent protest.
Okay.
Is what I'm cooking up. Probably something around Times Square. We might want to kneel, perhaps.
Okay.
And just join hands and see who joins. It doesn't have to be like, me putting it out there to the world, but just to see who wants to be unified.
All right.
To stand for
Are
something.
you gonna solicit that on Facebook
I
or
want
like
to,
social
but
media?
I want to do it, but then I'm thinking, well, maybe we should just try. You know how people do like flash
No, I
mobs
think
or-
you
Okay.
should, because
I
you
would
should
like to see
never actually defer from what you originally did, because that's how you get people to know. Just because a small crowd actually did not show up the first time, the second time
and
around,
I'll share it
may be different.
Share it with me. I'll share it. And
Consistency
if
is
I
key.
can, I'll come out and
So I'm a plan a
take a
date
knee.
and then I'm gonna contact you, let you know when the silent.
I'll put on my
protest
good
is.
jeans and take a knee.
I gotta get a knee pad in that
I don't know how I'm gonna get back up,
be
but
nailing y'all.
one. Lord,
Yeah,
you
so
gonna help
get
me
ready.
up. We be all right.
So
I'll come.
that's my plans for the future. Yeah.
All right.
That's my my short-term goal.
Okay.
Yeah. Long-term goals, trying to travel. I was
Where you wanna
thinking
go?
about going backpacking. And
You gonna go hiking?
No, backpacking in Europe. It was just a thought, y'all. It's not into play yet. But I want to go to London, right? I want to start in a country where I can understand their language, get a little familiar, learn a couple other languages.
Well, let's
and then
not doubt her now.
travel- travel
You
on to
going?
maybe Paris and see what's going on over there and other places in Belgium and Germany, whatever else. And
All right.
yeah,
Free
just
spirit.
see the world
Yes.
and then come back.
Yes.
Because I
Very
had
free
this
spirit.
what is it called? That eat, pray, love epiphany. I'm like, wow, that would be so life changing, just to travel, because I don't have no kids, so it's like I can't.
What you trying to say?
I'm not
I travel with my baby.
It's just like
We go.
It's something. It would be hard for you to go backpacking with Malia. Because you have your life set and planned out for you, but me, it's like
All right, let's shake on Sean.
I get it.
I'm just trying to
I get it.
trying to see the world and explore, because you can't be just limited to here.
Right.
'Cause
There's such a
there's so
bigger
much
world
going
out
on.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely. Look here. Look here. Kia.
Yes.
What are your future endeavors? Kia?
I don't know.
Okay.
Right now, I haven't been with the courts for too long. I just left MTA not too long ago.
Okay.
So I'm kind of new to law enforcement, but I'm loving it. So I'm taking that in right now. Aside from that, I don't know.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Living on a daily basis. And how about you, Ebony?
I'm looking forward to helping expand my parents' business.
Okay.
Creating my own business one day in regards to fashion, beauty, and cosmetology together, because I've done all already. And I was that intern. I was that person learning from others, and I did like the experience with styling and on the go and seeing the finished product. And I really like the beauty industry. As for
You do makeup?
No, I do not do makeup.
Okay.
I do hair and I do fashion styling.
All right. Do any of you do makeup?
I'm trying
Eyebrows?
to do myself, but I mean,
No,
I'm not there yet.
we really never.
Oh.
You like
She
it?
does
Oh,
makeup.
she actually goes to cosmetology school in her school. They have a program.
Yeah, so we're gonna need you
yeah.
soon.
So they do hair and nails and makeup.
Wow.
And
That's
all
kind of
sorts
like
stuff.
how
That
Jane
was-
Addams.
Yeah.
My
The
sister
2-in-1?
Shantae went to Jane Addams. That's how
Okay.
she got into her cosmetology.
Oh, we have a caller.
Phone call.
I got flagged.
They want to be a part of the protest.
All right. Hey, caller, who am I speaking with?
This is Miss Alexander.
Hi. Now we knew you had to call, we had to call on. You had to call
Hello,
on
girls.
in.
Hello, mother.
How you
How
doing?
are you?
You
I'm
gonna-
listening to y'all talk about the business. It's so wonderful.
So how you feeling over there, Lisa?
I'm doing fine. Just watching y'all have a nice conversation.
Aren't you? You a proud mom over there,
Teary-eyed
huh?
over there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You got
They
your
done-
tissue?
They done talked about everything.
Yes, this is such an enjoyable
good.
conversation.
That's good. I'm glad y'all talking and have a good conversation. Kia, you can talk up a little more. Stop being so shy. But everything sounds wonderful. Wonderful.
Excellent.
She's proud.
Thank you so much for the
You're doing a
support. I
good
know you got
job.
your tissue right next to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just enjoying the show. I'm sitting on the other side of the fence this time.
Yes. And I love that unity, that the close family ties. It's it's admirable.
Yes,
Definitely.
yes,
And to see how you're
really enjoying this show, and I'm glad that they're mentioning touch bases on a lot of the things for entrepreneurship and young people, and I'm hoping that a lot of young people are watching. And my motto, you can do it. It's nothing that you cannot do. You can do anything that you set out to do.
Mm-hmm. So are you going?
And that's for
Mom. Are you going to throw your backpack on and go with Shavon?
I surely will.
That's my kind of mom. That's my kind of mom.
She always ready to be out.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
I'll be
about.
right there. I'm down with it. I'm down with it.
It's my role.
Yes.
Good
and
stuff.
I'm so proud of all the kids. And I just want to give a shout out to my son, too, with his new video also, Joy.
Yes, my brother
Thank
is
you.
a rapper.
Nice. Okay.
And he's good with his hands.
15K views.
Yes, he's he's a YouTuber and SoundCloud.
Okay. What's your brother's name again?
His name is George.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So how can we
Stage name, Ebony.
G.O.B. Love.
G.O.B. Love?
Yes, be love.
G.O.B. Low.
Yes.
All
He's a
right.
very good lyricist. A lot of his songs come from his own experiences.
Personal experiences from the heart.
From the heart. It's
Oh, look,
nothing.
we got a Snapchat from G.O.B. Low.
Yes,
Tell
my
him
brother
give
is very
us the information so we can look him up.
I want to congratulate another one.
Another
my
one.
daughter's Naswan Green also on her entrepreneurship also. So
Yes.
everybody's
Yes.
doing just great things. and
She's
keep
also
up the
going to be
great
partnering
work.
with my father with the restaurant in
Congratulations.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, so that's what he was talking about when he said one of his daughters were collabing with him for the new bar and restaurant lounge.
Okay,
in
she
New York.
cooks. Is she gonna do some of the cooking?
They're
and-
business partners.
Well, actually,
So-
my brother Tony is
He's a
chef.
He's a
He's
chef.
a chef.
He's
Uh-oh.
the
He is a chef. My brother Tony. Everybody
great
has their
vegan
hands in
recipes.
different things. All of the kids. My oldest brother he works for transit. He's been working for transit for many years. So not in the aspect of entrepreneurship, but he's definitely been working really hard with the city for a long
And
time.
Sherelle,
My
Sherelle's a
sister
school
Sherelle
teacher.
is a school teacher.
She works with autistic.
She works with
She's the
autistic children.
educator.
Yes.
She's a very good educator. My
She has
sister,
all the patience in the world. So much patience.
yes, you gotta have
my
patience.
goodness.
Everybody
We're
has
like-
their
we're like the same,
hands
actually,
in
me and Sherelle.
everything, and they do so many different
This
things.
is like the Cosby Show.
we
Yes.
are.
I
We
like
are.
this. Just
We're
more,
the real life
a little more children,
dysfunctional-
but
I'm Denise.
right, more children, right?
Yeah.
So the
Stop.
Cosby
Yeah.
Show didn't
I think they
so
have
many.
one.
Five, right?
Yeah.
You don't see that?
Yeah.
And next,
I mean, well,
we
if you
have
can't count
we
Pam.
have the grandkids doing the same thing because
The
they're learning.
grandkids.
They're learning
Yes,
from
my
them.
niece
congratulations
Brianna is
to-
very
We
talented
just
with
have to
drawing.
She's an artist.
Passing the torch and keep passing the torch.
That's right.
Yes, yes.
That's right.
Everybody does everything. Who else? Yes, Danielle. She has a baby on the way, so I'm gonna be
Congratulations, Danielle.
Yes.
Yes.
Baby boy.
Yes, and that'll be our great grand.
Yes, they're gonna be
Yes.
great grandparents, and we're very proud of
And
her.
what Giandre,
And
what
Giandre is
He
the
is
oldest
a
boy,
superb-
the oldest
brother.
boy
Superb.
grandchild. That's
Oh,
my
grand-
brother George's son, his
Okay.
twin,
Okay.
and he's just as talented as his father.
He does.
He's a
everything.
genius.
Everything. He's like a movie director. He does what is that? Stop motion things with his
Yes.
video
Characters.
I don't care. I don't even know
He
what
makes
stop
Yes.
he makes the dolls move like
And he just-
He takes flicks of
Yes.
still
still
characters
pictures and makes
in
them
the,
move.
So
Yeah,
it'll
it's
be
complicated.
because I don't really
and
know
this
how
is
you
exactly
explain it, but
how,
she'll take a
like,
still picture of something that looks like
fascinating
this,
it is.
Yeah.
and then in the next photo it'll be like this.
It's like
so once
100
you go
pictures,
through all of the
basically.
photos,
Oh,
it'll
it's
look like
just
it's
moving.
Yes,
Oh,
Stop motion.
excuse
He does a
me.
lot.
he's awesome.
Okay, maybe he'll
awesome.
do
He should come
video
back.
games and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said he wants to get into.
He
to
wants
all
to
that
be
good
a
stuff.
movie director.
He wants to be a movie director. Though.
So, what advice would you offer someone younger than you, your age, and older than you that wants to start their own business and just needs that support, that encouragement, that empowerment, what would you guys say?
I would say believe in yourself. Never give up. And like my mother said, just know that you can do it. You know, and don't be afraid to take that leap. You know, because a lot of people don't do stuff because of fear or the knowledge to not knowing.
That's right.
You know?
Okay.
That's what I would say.
Siobhan?
One of the things that I've come to learn about myself is that one of my greatest attributes is my energy. You know, and people take that for granted a lot. So it's like you want to reserve your energy for people that are deserving of it, and you don't want to let them consume that energy. You know what I mean?
That's
so
right.
you have to know who deserves it and who you can reserve it. Oh, got that? I like that.
Hey,
Pull it my backpack and come travel with you. All right, give it to us, Ebony.
I would say for someone older, I honestly, for any age, I will always say always do it. But to actually give advice to someone that's older, it's never too late. Okay, somebody that is around my same age is what it is that you want to do. I'm willing to help you out, even with the older or whatever the case may be. But even with my younger girls that sit in my chair that are the YouTubers, and they ask me, how did you go about it? In the neighborhood that we have, a Bronx location, there is a lot of, you would say, teen pregnancy. You would see a lot of things in regards to females that act out and runaways, and they need that support and they need that advice. And when you sit in the chair, you're not only a stylist, you're somebody that they look to for advice. And I came across one particular girl, and she was a high school student at the time, and her mom comes into the salon for years. Her father's been coming there to get a takeout for years, but I didn't actually see her grow up, but I'll see her, when she's coming in, or they were like coming with their mom or something like that. But for her to actually come in at that time now to get her own hands on her own as an older girl, she's like so independent, so headstrong, and so focused. She got into what was that? She got into not Harvard, Princeton.
Nice.
But she also got into Washington. I forgot the name of that school in Washington, but she went to study law. So the thing with her parents is they were teenage parents. She's the first one to go away to college. Okay, and the pressure was on her.
Right.
So for someone out of that neighborhood and still in that neighborhood living there, and your parents are scared to even like let go of the chain and the leash for you to even go as far as Princeton, you're like, okay, I know that's where you want to go. Financially, it may not where we need me to be. You may not have gotten all the scholarships that we could still afford for you to go there. And she was under so much pressure, and she would look so depressed, and she would get so frustrated. She'll come in and she's just like, forget it, I just don't want my hair done, Miss Ebony. I'm so sorry to waste your time. I'm like, look, you have to set out the time to speak to your parents, and you have to put them in an environment where they are secluded from your other siblings, because now they're looking and they need to set an example for all of you, not just for you. You got to seclude them. You have to speak to them. You have to let them know, look, this is what I want to do. But you have to communicate with them where it's going to be in a balance where it is also feasible for them to send you. You're still going to get a good education. But at the same time, if that's what you want, you got to follow your heart. But you also have to do what you got to do. And she did it. Got her part-time job. She did not go to Princeton. The communication was, she still earned her money. She still earned what she needed to, but she also earned her parents' respect and their trust to allow her to travel and go forward. And I kept asking myself, why isn't there so many other females in this neighborhood where she comes from like this? And it always sets a tone of where in your household. It wasn't my conversations that I had with her. It was about her parents and allowing them to know. And a lot of people don't have, two family homes, or even parents that already even have the education to even educate like their children.
Right.
So
I'd like you to give them that advice.
Someone
and
like
sit
me.
in a chair and actually give them that sense of motivation, encouragement to say, listen, you can do this.
You
Whatever
could do
your
this.
decision is.
Yep.
You know, you have to.
I
be able
would
to stand up and
never
make an attest of what you
tell
wanna do.
somebody become a small business owner if that's not what they wanted to do. My point is that the advice I would give somebody that wants to be a small business owner will always be the realistic views of what you have to get through and handle. And if you're not a multitasker, if you don't have patience, if you don't have customer service, if you're not a person that has a passion for what you want to do, you can't just be about $1 and it's not all about the money. You're gonna make it if you have all those things. But if you don't, go get you a job, a trade, something that
so
will
you can build
that
foundation
finance to get
where
where you need to go.
Absolutely.
Don't go into it thinking that this is what it is and I'm gonna get this going and I got this. Look, you got to do your homework.
And truth be told, sometimes you spend more money starting a business, you know, which they say you shouldn't be spending money, but you spend more money initially than, you know, to start out the business than you would expect. I think we have another call on the line. Let me take this caller. Hi, caller. Who am I speaking with?
What's going on, family?
So
Okay,
our family
is
is calling.
this the one?
Brother Geo below.
Okay, the one and only with the five. How many views?
How
many views?
15K.
15K views.
How many views you got, George?
Oh, 15,000, something like it. Ain't nothing.
He's playing. He's playing
He's
humble.
being-
So
he's
how
being
are you
modest.
feeling? What's his name?
George.
George. How you feeling out there with all those viewers? I need to borrow some of those.
It's cool. You already know. I'm gonna go up there. Cause I think I know somebody that actually be working up there on your radio station.
Okay. You want to drop a name and give a shout out?
Yeah, you can check me out, GOBLOW, SoundCloud.com.
Not you.
It's all right. It's all right. Give us that
Let him give
information.
it in.
But all right.
Who do you know here at the radio station?
Showtime.
George, who do you know that works at the radio station?
I think she live in Harlem. I forgot her name. She on my Instagram.
Oh, okay. I understand. Shout out to Radio Rima. Yeah, Radio Rima. Yeah, she's one of my favorite too. All right. So I think we got about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna do the closing with your sisters really quick. But you want to tell everybody how proud of them you are. They're proud of you.
Exactly. I'm proud of y'all, man. Y'all keep it
We
up.
love
I
you.
Oh,
y'all.
I love you,
Thank
George. It's not the sentimental type.
Y'all making me want to have siblings, and it's too late. It's too late for me.
It's never too late. It's never too late.
My mother's better.
We've adopted siblings at times.
That's true.
We have adopted siblings. It gets
Well,
bigger.
Well, who would I adopt? Like who?
We got
Well,
you.
You got
That
soul
was-
sisters. You can have soul sisters.
We're here for you.
Are you guys taking
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm a part of the Alexander family. All right. So I just want to say, you know, I'm all. Oh, you have another. Oh, come on now.
There is one in Harlem.
So Todd is asking, are there
I've
any
heard
black beauty supply shops?
It's one in Brooklyn.
Now I
it
just
is.
found
I saw it
out.
on my
Yes, I
Facebook
just
feed.
found
I
out
don't
that
know
there was
the
a black-owned
exact
beauty supply store on Rockaway and Eastern Parkway. I believe that's the Ocean Hill part of Brooklyn. That's the only one that I know.
All right, so
Brooklyn.
everybody
They
got to
do
go up.
exist.
Wherever
yes,
you're
they are
from,
out
if you're
there.
from Staten Island, Queens, Harlem, the Bronx, you got to hit Brooklyn so we can support this black-owned business. Where is it again? One more time.
In Brooklyn,
Okay.
it's 1349 Broadway, and that's the J train to Gates Avenue.
And that's a
Bushwick,
black-owned beauty supply place. We need one of those.
No, that's us.
Oh, that's the
that's
you?
us.
You have do you?
But I
you
do.
saw-
No, the
She
beauty
was
supply
asking
that she was
that- the
talking
beauty
about.
supply.
Okay. It's on. I don't know the exact address, but I know it's on Rockaway and Eastern Parkway.
Okay.
Okay, and that's Ocean
Fair
Hill,
enough, right?
Brooklyn. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We got to start supporting our
Absolutely.
black businesses.
And stop trying to ask for discounts just because you know that person. Stop that.
That's right. That's right.
We gotta figure
If
out
it's
bills.
99 cents, and if it's 99 cents, I want my change. I ain't playing. I
Support
want
your people.
I
Just
want-
like you do the Kim K's and all of them people that don't know you.
That's right. I want my penny because those things add up. I pick pennies up off the floor. Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's still
You
good
know
luck.
what?
If
They
that
still
money
count.
add
I'm
up.
bad with
Mhm.
that because I actually have a habit in my
You don't
mind.
pick up pennies?
I don't pick up change.
Don't say that. Don't say
No,
that.
no. This is the reason why I don't pick it up. It's because I always feel like someone
Somebody
else
else
will
needs
find
it.
it and will need it.
Less
All right.
fortunate, but needed.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. I'll
Good
accept
deed.
that.
I try that.
Yeah.
In my mind, I feel that's my good deed of the day. Especially when I drive a lot. I'm like,
You know,
you know
I'll
what,
pick up
forget
the
it.
quarters.
Wait,
though.
do you
That's
feel-
big money?
Do you
That's
like,
big
wait,
money.
I was just about to ask you if you see some silver.
I don't know.
Are y'all gonna pick it up?
No.
What about
Pennies,
$50
nickels, and
bill?
dimes.
Are you gonna leave that down there for
Look,
somebody
man,
else?
I need my good deeds too in the day, you know?
Okay.
I gotta find a way. No, it was.
God.
I definitely feel like a lot of times you have to think about a lot of things you do in order for you to get what you need.
That's right.
No.
And sometimes
You have to
giving
have something
giving more
given.
later on, that positive energy, that positive karma that comes around is gonna
It
be,
definitely
You
does.
It's
gotta do
gonna
at
pay
least
off.
one good deed a day. Hold the door or something. You
Yeah.
know.
unconsciously too.
I did my one
Yes.
good deed on the
Yeah,
train
right.
today.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna mention it because it's a little TMI. But no, you
Okay.
know what? I'm gonna mention it because this is a real thing.
Okay.
You know, this woman, she was a young woman. She was on the train. She smelled kind of bad, not like harsh, was like, oh Lord, but
Bad
she
enough?
said she was down and out, and she was trying to find money to get in the shelter. She needed food, feminine products, so I had a pack of tampons, so I just
Okay.
gave her the pack.
That's right.
You know?
I'm sure she appreciated
So I'm
that.
sure she
That's
did.
right.
It's
That's
something.
right. Every little
There's
thing
a lot of
counts.
things with homelessness
Yeah.
that people do not realize. What they do. There's a lot of things. It is a little bit of a TMI.
Give them to her.
Yeah,
Give them
she-
to her. We
she
don't want no
good.
accidents over here.
Yeah.
So I just want to say before we close out, I want to say thank you so much for tricking me,
thank
number
you.
one, with the personality. right, and bringing Miss Fierceness over here into the equation. And I want to say that, you know, I admire you guys.
Thank you. We
Yeah,
admire you
because
as well.
thank you
Appreciate
because
it.
you guys are young and you're doing a daggone thing.
And we
And that's
appreciate
what I'm
your
talking
platform
about.
that you have for people like
That's
us. to
right.
Yes,
come and
exactly.
speak on,
Because
so.
we've never actually encountered someone that actually had the platform that you do, and we
Oh,
definitely appreciate you
wow.
inviting us here,
like, yes,
so
we're
that
here
we
for
can
it.
actually
Absolutely.
speak on how we've always felt, always had these things on our mind, and whether we express it to the people that we know, our parents, to each other, to actually have a platform to speak on it to a larger community, especially our Black community,
That's
is
right.
something that is very heartfelt for us and very proud of.
That's right. And for people to see that going against the grain of what we see on the TV all the time about our faces, right?
Yes.
We look good and we're doing the
Beautiful.
Yes.
daggone
Black
thing.
is gold.
That's
Yes.
right.
Black
There's a
is
lot of
gold.
melanin in that.
Yes,
house.
the melanin
I'm
is-
loving
is
it, making
glowed
it shine.
up.
I'm a little ashy, so let me not hold my
Look,
head
girl.
up. But
Don't worry about
you
it.
know, we looking good out here.
Yes,
You know,
but
there's
I
some
do
positive
want
things going on
to
for
give a
us.
shout out to the small business owners that I do know.
100%.
Other than mine is a lot of my classmates. I have Shades of Shay. I have
Shades of
Jasmine
Shay.
Walton Designs.
Jasmine Walton.
Sneed, his barbershop in
Sneed?
Queens. Sneed the barber.
Sneed.
Yes, he's my best friend, Jackie. She's actually up and coming retail boutique owner.
Okay.
She's gonna be soon to be opening her boutique soon, and she's
Jackie.
working
And what
hard.
borough? What borough?
Manhattan.
Okay.
Manhattan.
Talking about black
Yes,
black
yes.
businesses.
Speaking of Jackie, I'm gonna need her to get into one of my bikinis just so.
my friend Jackie happens to be a
she's a-
nice model
Yeah.
for a lot of people, and she's very
I'm seeing her on my
aspiring.
newsfeed. I'm
in-
like, we're
in
not even
herself.
friends yet.
She's the typical
Good
person
stuff.
that you will find that you have to do not judge a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a person that is very smart, very intelligent, and very beautiful, and that's something that you're gonna get in a whole package with a person.
Nice. Good stuff.
And it goes well with all of my sisters, my friends, as well as her mother and her sister Teresa, all of them. But I'm happy for her as well as all of my other friends that actually have their small businesses that are coming up now, because it's good to see people that I actually went to school with and actually
They're
are
doing
succeeding,
something.
doing
They're
something
productive,
positive
yeah.
and productive, and we're all doing great. So I love it. I love
Good
it.
stuff.
And we
Siobhan, you
support
wanna
each
shout
other.
out anybody?
Oh, Suki. Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna go down the line now. All right, I'm gonna give a shout out to Aaliyah. Hey, girl. Hey, you're probably not watching because she's I don't know what she's doing, but
That's all right.
This is her roommate.
We post.
this is my soul sister. So I'm gonna give a shout out to her. We it's the funniest story the way we met. So we was in high school and in gym, right? And she just randomly she just randomly started singing "Oh Happy Day." Don't know why. That was weird.
Wait, Siobhan.
What?
Will you give your shout outs? Because we got the
Oh,
shout.
I'm
you know,
sorry.
If the engineer
Hey girl,
flags
hey.
me down
Okay.
another 2
Shout out
minutes.
to you. I'm gonna just let that be. Shout out to all my people.
That's
You know?
right.
All
I
my
appreciate
shout
all
outs
y'all
are
and
good.
everything y'all doing.
Let her
Y'all
give
doing
her
big
shout
things.
outs. Okay.
All right.
We
Okay.
kicking you under the table.
We'll tell Leah's story later. We'll tell you later.
This is hilarious. I'm tearing.
I wanted to drop the mic, but
Kia, well, drop the mic.
Check
Go
the
ahead and drop
invisible
it.
mic. That-
Well, you gotta wait. Let's
I gotta wait.
Let's
Okay.
do our closing first.
But I just want to shout out all of my friends and family members. And I went to school. I went to college for childhood education, and so I have a lot of friends who are out there teaching. And I just want to say that I feel like they're doing a great job. And the teachers don't get a lot of love and respect out there with all the hard work that they're doing with these
right.
crazy kids. And
Shout out.
I don't mean to say that they crazy, but it's a
a
hard
lot to deal
job.
with.
It's
Yeah.
a lot to
Because
deal
it's
with
their
now,
job to
because
put
now
that
I
out.
see the teachers that disciplining the kids more than the parents are. So I don't know what time they get to do. They get to teach the kids, but shout out to them. And yeah, to everybody out there doing something productive and successful.
So I want to say shout out to the one, to the right. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. So shout out to us having
Yeah.
this conversation that was meant to be, and I definitely, Todd and I definitely like to stand firm on our word, you know, because when you die, that's all you have is your word.
Yes.
And I know when your parents were here, I did say I wanted you guys to come back, and we made that happen. So I'm
Thank
definitely
you.
Thank you.
grateful
Appreciate
that
it.
you guys were here. We're gonna have a group hug. I might have to grab some of that tissue. Yeah, and we're gonna take a nice picture. And with that being said, I just want to say thank you to the viewers and supporters. Thank you to Al and Elisa and your brother.
Yes,
Shout out to his
thank
15K.
you.
Hey, I'm gonna be looking for you because I need some of that.
and the pictures.
Right.
Thank you.
And I want to give a shout out to, of course, my number one supporter who's always in the house. I want to give a shout out to the engineer for the night, David Slims, and my baby Ashley, who's in the house. And thank you so much for tuning in to the viewers and supporters. You've been tuned into Questions, Answers, and Solutions, buildingsafercommunities.com/radio, the place where we have great conversation with awesome people. Have a great night, everyone.
Yes, you too. Good night.
Drop that mic, drop that mic, drop that mic. Woo!